Hello, folks. How are we doing today? How are you? Apologies about yesterday. If you're watching yesterday's stream live, it ended rather abruptly after the second race. My internet died. I know. 40 minutes I didn't have internet for. I didn't cope. I struggled, chat. I was sat there, you know, withdrawal symptoms, hunched up, rocking back and forth in my chair. It was a bloody disaster. But how are you guys all doing? Danish Healthcare, thank you for the resub. 7 months just writes, yay. Tom28, you were first, my friend. Welcome aboard. Black Devil, thank you for the 12 months as well. Stealthy Assassin, thank you for the raid. I hope you had a lovely stream. And Ishin, thank you for some with the Prime. How are we all doing? I am wearing Alpine. Yeah, I hope this isn't going to be bad luck. I guess we'll find out today. How are you guys all doing, though? Yeah, apologies for yesterday. The internet died. I mean, the good news is it died about 5 minutes before we were going to end the stream kind of anyway, which is a bit of a shame. But no, we're making it work. And since it came back yesterday at like midnight, it's been fine since. So fingers crossed, it's going to all be okay. I'm doing good today, Stealth and Assassin, although I was feeling a little bit under the weather earlier. I've got like a bit of a raspy throat. I've done a COVID test and it came back negative. So I'm just going to assume it's a generic cough because those things still exist. Although it's not really a cough, it's just a sore throat. But either way, I'm not 100%, but you know, like in Football Manager, you can give your player an injection to get them through a game. That's where I'm at today. I want to be back streaming regularly. I've missed being in this rhythm with streams and stuff. So I'm kind of excited to be back today streaming earlier because, of course, Liverpool play later and I want to go watch the Liverpool game, have time to cook some food before that and stuff. But yeah, I'm fine, chat. You know, I'm not 100%. I got woken up by my neighbours drilling holes in their wall this morning, but I slept plenty, so I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Hey, Jack. I'm good, thanks. Just finishing work. How's your pack look? I've not packed anyone that good in FIFA in a while, but I don't think I can have any right to complain. Maybe I'm going to contaminate chat. Chat, do I need to wear a mask for the stream today? Maybe not. Hey, Mini Andervald. I always get your name wrong, don't I? Minnie? I feel like it's Annie and Minnie and Aval TW. Please let me know if that's correct. Because I don't have a Scooby. I'm so bad with names. Yo, Jack, hope you're good. I've missed messing up my sleep schedule every night watching streams. I can't even read tonight, chat. To be fair, that's normal. I want to be like, I'm ill. I can't read anymore. No, I'm ill. Are we streaming extra long or just on early? I am just early today, Scott. Yeah, Liverpool play in 4 hours in the football, and I didn't really want to do a super late night stream tonight. And on top of that, I need to have time to make food and stuff before the football. So my plan is to get 2 races done today. Speaking of which, first race is at Bahrain, and my internet cut out, chat. And shocking confession here, I didn't realise for about 2 minutes that my internet had cut out. Is that bad? I didn't realise just right. I was in a rabbit hole of talking about an upgrade that came because we had the design done on our underfloor. We had to manufacture some new front wings because we've been smashing them up. But the underfloor has been manufactured for this race. I got 3 rushed for the race, and then I made 1 emergency so that we have 4 backups. I feel like 4 is the magic number, right, for kind of parts. But yeah, we've got a new underfloor, and I'll tell you what, if I just go to the warehouse here, this underfloor is very, very good. So I've got it on car 1, not car 2, so I can actually just show you the performance difference. But I want to believe, chat, that this is gonna be, you know, very, very good for us. So car 2 doesn't have it, and if we just compare, look at this. We've gone from 17th fastest or 16th fastest to 1st fastest on high-speed cornering. Now, what I will say is the actual difference on the bar chart is so minute that it kind of gives you an idea of how close all the teams are together. The fact that this kind of changing by, what, 0.031 G has seen us go from 16th to 1st. But we're still kind of lacking everywhere, but we're a high-speed cornering team. It's what we did at Haas. It's what we're doing at Williams. So I'm hoping that's going to work out okay. It's Mini Anderval TW. I will attempt to remember that. When we have this conversation next month, scream at me more angry. You have my permission to write in all caps when I ask next time. But how are you guys all doing? What's the second race? Good question. I'll tell you what, before we check the second race, let's make sure that I get the underfloor on both cars. Be a little bit awkward if I didn't get it on both, wouldn't it? And I forgot. Right, so today we're at Bahrain and then we're in France for the French Grand Prix. So these are two tracks where I think high-speed cornering matters. Also, I've noticed here, Bahrain has rain. I'm wondering when you shuffle the schedule if the weather forecast is tied to the dates rather than the actual races. If it is, we could have some very fun wet races in tracks where it's never ever going to rain in real life. Or maybe it does rain in Bahrain in May. Never been to Bahrain. I don't know. Answers on a postcard. Let me know. Hey, Spureye. Good to see you, dude. It's tied to the dates. There you go. Well, we might get... What weird race could we get rain at? We could get rain in Jeddah. That'd be fun. The rain in Bahrain falls mainly on the plane. You know what, chat? I believe it. Even though you've just said that to make it rhyme. I'm believing it. That is now fact. Right. We currently have a front wing and rear wing project done in 4 days. They're going to be littler upgrades. The underfloor was the big one that I'm hoping is going to make a difference for us. Last race, we ended up with a double podium in Spain, which was kind of mad. It kind of played into our favour a little bit, but we did really, really well also. What do we upgrade? What do I upgrade? I don't know what to upgrade. What do I upgrade? Tell me. I'll move my face. What do I... Defending? Maybe it should go on defending. Did I catch up with the Singapore race? On F1 TV, I watched the 30-minute kind of catch-up where they do 30 minutes of highlights. People saying reactions. I don't know, chat. I don't know. Jack, are you going to karaoke? I don't know, Gemma. I've told you I don't know. Every day that you ask, I delay answering with certainty. Smoothness could be good on the update, actually. Smoothness could be good on the update. But defending is bad. I'm going to go defending. I'm going to go defending. Also, doing as a point. Smoothness. All in smoothness for doing. It's the least interesting driver development ever. Jack, it's before midnight and you're live. Are you okay? No, I'm being held hostage by my parents who said I have to stream at more responsible hours. That's not true.
Welcome to the archipelago.
They don't watch my streams.
Bahrain might have a small land footprint, but it's showing its big spirit right now in the grandstands.
Right, we are heading to Bahrain now. Duan is going to take our car for practice. I have no clue where we're going to be here. Because our high-speed cornering is much improved with the new underfloor, but I don't... This season, the teams are so close together, it's really hard to know where we're actually going to be, I feel like.
Welcome back to what is proving to be an exciting weekend.
But yeah, it might have something to do with Liverpool playing. That might be why I'm live earlier now. Okay, so George Russell's up in third. The Haas look good here. Red Bull are quick. Bottas is up there again. Ferrari's up there again. Interesting. And the Alfa Romeo is struggling a little bit compared to last few weekends, which is interesting. Although it was wet. Do we want to get a prediction? Do we want chat? Do you want a prediction? What do we do a prediction on? You know what? We'll go for the classic. Who qualifies higher, Piastri or Norris? Go, 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 go! Wait, Williams, what have I missed? We moved teams, Ethan. That happened a little while ago. But yeah, we moved teams within the same save game. So it's season 4. We've shuffled the calendar, and we are managing Williams. Oh, 69 confidence for both drivers. Nice. Nice. Hey, RPN. FM23 streams once released. There'll be some. I don't know to what extent. We'll see. We will see. But I will be streaming some FM23, I'm certain. Chat, I'm so mature. 69 is just a funny number, innit? I feel like I can manage this qualifying session while the prediction's live, and both drivers will just make it out this session. Right, it's going to be fine.
Radio check.
It's going to be fine. All right, off you go. Mick Schumacher's out ahead of us. If he spins out, there's going to be... I'm going to turn up at his house and throw pebbles at his bedroom window because he will have ruined 2 laps of ours. Don't spin or do anything stupid, Mick. Right, I'd love a very eventful-less... Eventful-less, that's not a word. Did Russell just mess up Norris there? I think he did. The Astri's catching Mick as well. What's the times here? Yeah, I think Norris did get messed up there. Norris went purple in sectors 1 and 3, but sector 2, where he got blocked by George, he didn't go better. I did put the new underfloor on both cars. What's your strategy for quali and tyres after the new patch? I don't think I've been here for one yet. I like to save a set of tyres for the race if possible. Ideally, you get a clean lap done like we have already. I'm going to go out and use tyres, I think. I think we're going to be okay with those times. Everyone's got a bit blocked. But yeah, in general, I like to save a set of fresh softs for the actual race. Hey, great, mate. Thank you so much for the 2 months. Keep working the space. Enjoy the content. I appreciate it, dude. And edit. Did I do that? Did I correctly? Let me know. Thank you for the 6 months. That was fun. Can you write in the chat more often so I can read all the time? I feel like I'm getting better at it. Also, Smalley, how are you doing? Your sub snuck in at the start, as did that guy Waldo's. Gang, apologies. You guys sneaking in the back late. I need to make sure I send out the drivers here. I will read your message in a moment, Smalley. I'm not ignoring it, I swear. Alright, we got Piastri out early. Norris in a bit of traffic, which is annoying. I hope you're well, dude. It's been a while as a Celtic fan. I hope Liverpool are on top form tonight. You and me both. You and me both, Smalley. The easy ride. Thank you for some with the Prime as well. I think... Did I miss any subs out? I think I got them all. You guys went crazy there for a second. You're like testing my ability to multitask. Piastri was fastest so far this session. But I think everyone's got blocked. We should make it through here, I think. Norris hasn't improved a great deal, sadly. Although he's still improved enough. Oh my word. Verstappen half a second quicker. That Red Bull's fast, isn't it? That Red Bull is a fast race car. I'm a Rangers fan living in Liverpool. Tonight's my worst nightmare. I mean, it'll be the dream if you win, though, won't it? Think about it that way. I mean, you won't win, but you could win. I'm trying to play good cop and bad cop at once. It's a challenge. W Santos, mate, thank you so much for some with the Prime. So we're second and third. Verstappen, who won the race last time out, is half a second quicker. What is in his car? Have they not given him and Perez the same car? Jack, I thought you said you'd never wear the Alpine shirt for a Twitch stream again. I say a lot of things. It doesn't mean they're going to happen. Oh, yeah, that was only Q1. That was a bit close. Jack, this is totally random, but have you ever been near a town called Chislehurst? No. I've never heard of a place called Chislehurst in my life. Is that bad? No disrespect to the people of Chislehurst, but I've never heard of you. Total Warhammer 2 as Total War Warhammer. It's not Total Warhammer. That's you get fired from the studio for saying that. But I did work on that game, and is it free with Prime? There you go, folks. Play a game that I worked on. Did Piastri get blocked there, or is he okay? He got blocked there. He lost a lot of time. Oh, I'm going to have to use tyres that I don't want to use. So I use a set of fresh out here on Piastri. It means I won't have any softs for the race, but I think I have to. Pain. Because the grid's so close together, the difference in times literally comes down to fresh tyres at times. I think we don't have to run Norris again here. I'm going to send him out on semi-used softs. Hey, and gaming, how's it going? Piastri in 12th. That is not good. At least Verstappen's down with us. Right. I want to get Piastri out earlier if I can. I didn't hit the burn early enough, did I? This is fine. Everything's fine. I'm not in physical pain. How far back are we going now? Oh, we're going out behind Magnussen. Anything could happen. Right, Piastri's got to improve here, chat. 13th fastest. Has to go better. this time around. It shouldn't get blocked, which is a silver lining. What season am I in? This is season 4 of this save game, but it's my first season as Williams coach. Coach? Williams manager? Williams team principal? I am the coach of Williams. Doesn't sound right, does it? Hey, Alex Gaming, how's it going? Williams Gaffer. We can go with that. Aiden G, mate, thank you for 11 months. That is a long-ass time. What ratings are drivers? Is it bad that I can't remember their overall ratings? Chat, what are the ratings of my drivers? You guys know more about me than I do. Also, Piastri's just gone yellow in the first sector. That's concerning. Although I think it was sector 2 where he got blocked. So maybe this will be fine. 88 and 82 rated. There you go. Thank you, chat. I didn't know you could change teams mid-save. You can by modding your save file if you're playing on PC. There isn't official support for it in the game. I'm doing good, and gaming. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, to be honest, chat. I've not been feeling 100%. I didn't sleep too well. I got woken up by my neighbours drilling holes in their wall. Norris might be in trouble here. Verstappen's just gone 7... What have Red Bull put in their car? Norris might be in trouble here. Okay, good lap by Piastri. Monster lap by Piastri, actually. Okay, I feel calmer now. I still can't get over how quick Verstappen is there, though. Perez, by the way, a second behind his teammate. He must have got blocked by someone, surely. That is wild, right. Mega lap by Piastri, though. Hey, David, thank you for the 5 months. How is he going that much quicker? He must have upgrades that Perez doesn't. I don't see a world where they're that far apart. Now, my minor concern here, Piastri only has 1 set of fresh softs. So I think I'm going to go out for this initial lap of the session on used tyres on him. I think I'm actually going to do the same on Lando. And with Lando, we'll have a set of fresh tyres for the race.
Radio check.
I think that is the correct play. Get a lap in here on older tyres that won't be as quick. Use fresh tyres for the last runnings of the session. And then, at least with Norris, we have a set of fresh softs for the race. Wow, Norris did not have a good lap there. Did he? He must have got blocked. He must have. He's not that slow. Okay, fresh tyres. These are the runs that are going to matter, chat. These are the laps that are going to matter. Hands together. Piastri got out there. Norris didn't. Although Norris is behind sign, so he shouldn't be held up too much. Piastri's got really nice, clean air in front of him, which is good stuff. If someone has an incident in front, it shouldn't affect us. Right, let's see how we get on. Hey, Matthew! How you doing, mate? 42 months is mad. Hey, Jack. On my 3rd season with AlphaTauri, loving the game after not watching much watching F1 in years. My project per share is Victory for Vesti. Hey, I rate it. I'm absolutely loving this game. It's weird. Whilst I was away at the weekend, I couldn't stop thinking about the Williams save. I'm planning my world domination. Okay. Piastri's gone green sector 1. He already set a pretty good lap last time, so if he could improve again, that'd be mad. Verstappen's out on used softs. Sainz is on slightly less used softs. But we are the only team on fresh tyres. Which is interesting. Wonder if other teams are saving softs for the race. I think it is going to be a race tyre, which is why it's a bit of a shame that Piastri went through an extra set. But we're making it work. What was the goal for this season? Well, because we've moved teams, the goals kind of get all messed up. Originally, bear in mind this Williams teams had never won a point. The board wanted 5th. But using mods, you could alter the expectations, so I moved them down slightly. But to be honest, I could do with moving them back up, I think. So, I think, yeah, the board wanted 5th. I think if we get top 4 this year, that'd be pretty good. At the moment, we're 4th in the Constructors. Right, mega lap? Good lap, not mega. I think Norris caught up with Sainz over the course of his lap. How fast can Norris go? For the believers! He can't do it. Piastri's quicker. Piastri is quicker. I'm sorry to the Norris fans out there. Piastri only had 38% of the vote for who would qualify higher. Piastri wins. But he hasn't got any softs for the race. So that is a bit of a down note. Who will win tonight between Liverpool and Rangers? Liverpool, obviously. Of course. Hey, Matthew Mullins. Thank you very much for the resub. Afternoon, Jack. Can't get off this game. Just won the championship with Alpine by 1 point. Hey, sick. I want to have like an end of season where there's something that really matters on the line like that. We had a little bit of it, I suppose, last year with Pichère. I'll tell you what, Verstappen's just in a league of his own, isn't he?
Welcome to race day. And before we get down to
He's just in a league of his own. They're not in good form, though, Jack. I mean, please use the correct form of there. Come on. We can do grammar. But, I mean, Liverpool aren't in good form, but I still expect them to beat Rangers. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm confident, chat. Williams, what happened to Haas? We moved teams at the end of season 3. I mean, that was over a week ago. Yeah, we moved teams. I tweeted a lot about it, and there's been a week. Yeah, I'll tell you what, not having any softs to race on is a problemo. I have no fresh softs, which really messes up any strategy out this race. Oh my god, look at these tyres. This is not going to be easy to get a good result with Piastri. Is it? I don't really want to do medium, hard, medium, but I think I have to. But the medium tyre is so much slower, but if I go on softs, then the tyres are going to be so marginal and Piastri eats through tyres anyway. There's not really a good option here. I think I have to go medium, hard, medium. Unless I go softs at the end. I mean, if I give myself the option to go softs, and if I decide I need to pit earlier, we could just go on to mediums earlier. It's a good thing Piastri has good smoothness. Fine. That's really bad for Piastri. On the new patch, that's significant. Lando can run the soft. I don't feel like running 2 softs is the play. Just because of how worn they are. I think we try and undercut on other people using softs to start. So we plan to stop 2 laps earlier. Medium softs won't work. You won't get to the end on medium softs, sadly. Right. What do we do as a prediction here? That's the real question. I can't do double podiums again, can we? Right, let's start a prediction. You know what, chat? Will we have a safety car? Yes or no? Bahrain, there's no rain. There might be some pain. But will there be a safety car? Place your bets. I think Oscar in his tyres is going to be trouble here. I'm going to be honest. I mean, yeah, I guess Piastri can push harder on the tyres, but I'm not sure he can. I'm going to be honest, I don't think he can push on these tyres. I think this is going to be a pretty... He's going to have to manage them to make it work. Because he hasn't got any fresh softs. So the only option he has is to go into used softs at the end. Whereas Lando does have fresh softs, which might help him have a particularly good start, depending on if Verstappen has fresh softs as well. Okay. I'm gonna tell the drivers to push initially, but they really can't push for long. I don't love this situation, chat. I think Lando's fine. I think Piastri could end up finishing outside the points despite qualifying second. Not ideal. Right, we'll go with that. I'm kind of delaying because I want the prediction to get going, but we'll see.
There's a very overcast night in store for
By the time the cutscene's finished, the race will be going. It'll be fine.
Looking now at the Williams. They're in second place on the grid, but that could so easily change in the first few seconds of the race. Norris there, further down the grid. They're up in third position. Tantalisingly close.
Chat, where do you think Piastri will finish here? What do you guys think? What would be a good finish? He starts second without any... Like, the tyres are going to be crap for him.
The Bahrain Grand Prix.
The only silver lining is it looks like everyone else has started on soft.
It's lights out, and away we go.
Alright. Piastri's going to go longer. I need to tell him not to fight his teammate. Lando should go through here on the softs. That should be the plan for us. I think we have the raw speed to try and get past Verstappen here. We took a fresh engine and gearbox last race, so our actual pace should be good. And our high-speed cornering is decent. I mean, tell you what, that's a pretty good start. Although Piastri is already almost a second behind Verstappen. So he's on mediums. Everyone else is on softs.
You're looking good at the moment.
Verstappen doesn't have fresh softs to go on. That's really good. Although it makes the undercut that I was looking to do with Norris a bit redundant. I moved Norris's pit stop earlier by 2 laps. I'm actually going to delay it by 2 laps. That should put us more in sync with the back markers behind who we could end up getting pitted into if we're not careful. What team is Hamilton on? He's not in the sport. He's not currently on a team. He's probably going to retire. I'll tell you what, Piastri is right up behind Verstappen here. If Piastri could get by early on, I might set him to hold up for as long as he can. Try and buy Norris time to get the race win. Oh my god. I don't like it. Okay. Now he's got to hold up the cars behind for as long as he can, but also try and make his tyres last.
Nice move.
Oh my god, did he have a moment in braking there?
Copy.
This doesn't look comfy. Let's get Lando up the road as far as we can on deploy. So no more FM until the release of FM23? No. I am done playing FM El Revelador for the year. I mean, I've not played it in, well, on stream in over like almost 2 months. Signed Hamilton as reserve driver. I've got Jack Doohan as my reserve, who's very, very good. We are holding back drivers with Piastri. The issue for Piastri is he is on medium tyres here. He's on medium tyres and everyone else behind him's on soft, so they're all going to be faster than him. So it's mostly a case of the more time he can eke out of Verstappen before DRS is activated in, well, a lap's time, the better. Any hint at FM save so far? There will be a Park to Prem Someone play the dramatic music. Who's locked up? Who's had a moment? Was it Behrman? I don't think it was Behrman. It was the other Aston. It was Stroll who's had a moment at the back. Poor Behrman. I just assume Behrman's had issues all the time.
DRS is enabled.
Tell you what, Norris is bloody quick. We're going to get gobbled here with DRS. Sorry, Piastri. I mean, if you want to try and deploy and protect it down this straight.
Use your battery. Copy.
If you can make this work, it'd be good.
Back into the lift and coast.
Don't you mean Posh Tiffy? Yeah, sorry, Posh Tiffy. When Pentagon? Some point in the next year. I have to dedicate a week of my life to it, so it has to be a period of my life where I have a week free. Realistically, it probably won't be before Christmas, chat, because I do have a life. But every time someone asks when the Pentagon's happening, it gets delayed. Tell you what, Bottas is about to have a go on Verstappen here. They're squabbling behind Piastri. This is really good. The Piastri train is strong. Them racing side by side is messing up their races so much. And Piastri stays ahead. 6.6 seconds up the road, Norris, right now. Unfortunately, because we're on the mediums, we are just slower. So we are going to get gobbled up by everyone here because of the performance difference, but this is still pretty valuable. Oh my god, that is not... I'll be honest, it's not the best defending I've ever seen in Formula 1. Right. You've done your thing, Piastri. I mean, if he now has a go back on Bottas, that'd be funny.
So
but he can chill out now.
Lift and coast.
Hey, I appreciate that, Gemforce. Yeah, for people who haven't seen that, I appeared on the podcast Football Manager Therapy, but I talked about kind of streaming quite holistically in it. So even if you're not a Football Manager watcher, there's probably a little bit to kind of gain from watching it if you've got some free time. I thought you sat in front of your computer waiting for us. I'm afraid not, MK Gamma Ray. I do have other adult responsibilities and stuff.
Really good overtaking there.
I'll tell you what, Piastri looks good here. With DRS, he is remaining racy. He held up those guys for like the first 25% of their soft tyres, which is kind of when those tyres are at their best. Which means now as they start to drop off and his mediums last a little bit longer, he should be okay now to just tag along, I hope. I mean, Norris is... Because Norris started on fresh softs as well, he's got significantly less wear on his. Is Piastri really going to get by with DRS here? We'll take that. We'll take that. Is Piastri a real player? Yeah. In real life, he's about to go to McLaren.
Good job.
Why are Haas bad? I feel like we overperformed with them because you could micromanage stuff prior to the update way more, and kind of benefit from the how you micro kind of the tires, which you can't do to the same extent after the patch as a player, but just in general it means that AI with the same team struggle. Yeah, Piastri in real life is going to McLaren. He's replacing Daniel Ricciardo. He's been an Alpine junior driver for a number of years. In this save game, he's actually been Red Bull reserve driver for 2 years, and then we've kind of picked him up.
Cancel lift and coast for now.
I'll tell you what, we are buying Norris so much time here. Jack, if you use the shuffle calendar mod, when do you use it? In like January. You need to use it before the first races of the season. But start of January is ideal. Piastri is just earning us time, and he's saving these mediums a little bit, which is nice. How long is the train behind Piastri? It is everyone back to 17th. There's a little gap actually, Zhou, but Zhou's still within DRS there. It's a great train. Unfortunately, the train is passing. Look at them all. What a sight. Piastri's done his job though.
Get onto high fuel.
Copy.
Piastri's tyres are going to be so
Race
marginal
position
this
gained
race.
for Mercedes.
We knew that because he's only got used softs to go on to. But we'll make it work. Addons Gaming, thank you very much for subbing. Welcome aboard. And also, Chris Prince. Chris, you redeemed a hydrate 14 minutes ago. And I feel like I missed it. So allow me to hydrate now and dedicate this to you. Hi, Jack. Sorry I'm late. Piastri ate my tyres. That's completely okay. I'm glad you're here now, though. He's quite good at that whole eating tyres malarkey. I don't think we can get back ahead of these guys with Piastri, but I'm curious to see their lap times compared to Norris. Because Norris is just 7 seconds up the road, chilling. Matthew is also redeemed a hydrate. I'll do this one quickly. One stop could work for Piastri, maybe. No chance. Nah. You can't one stop at Bahrain. Even with perfect smoothness, you wouldn't be able to one stop it. Hey, Raid, how's it going? With the new update, like pre the most recent update, it used to be a case of you could run a tyre right down to 30% and you'd still get performance out of it. On this update, the tyres really start to slow down once you hit below kind of 60%. And once you're below like 40%, you are slow. Like, it's no longer a case of thinking, oh, we just need to stay above that line. You want to get a margin if you can. I think this game's slowly dying on Twitch, isn't it? I mean, look, it's a yearly released sports game. Of course it's going to be most popular for the first month. Like, the game came out a month and a half ago. The initial hype has died down, as always the case with these games. It'd be naive to think otherwise. You can change teams, Roy, by using mods to mod your save file on PC. But it doesn't, like, you know, you don't do like job interviews or anything when you move teams. Right. Where are we? I'm trying to set something up on my second monitor, but multitasking's hard. Chat, why is multitasking so difficult? Send help. Hi, Jack. Sorry I'm late. I was taking my seminar on why Mick is the best driver in the game. Did that seminar last long? It's only news on further patches. There's a hotfix this week to help with some fuel stuff. Any update when the tutorials come in? When I have time to record it. I'll be honest, Ollie. Chat, I have been running myself ragged lately, and I just don't have enough hours in the day for everything. But I will be getting a tutorial with the mods done at some point in the near future. I made a mistake, really, by saying I'd get it done last week and then going away. But, yeah, I've just not had time. Overwatch 2 stream tonight? Nah, I'm going to be playing, well, I'm not going to be playing. I might play later in the night, but I'm going to be watching Liverpool v Rangers. There's such a long DRS train here. It really gives you an idea of how evenly matched all the teams are. Bottas and Verstappen are just fine ahead, but it's just earning Norris time. Right now, Norris is about 3/10 of a lap faster on kind of 13% fresher softs. Oh, how broken DRS is. Nah, the DRS is not bad after the patch. In my other save games, there's a massive difference. In this save game specifically, we've had back-to-back regulation votes that have crunched the car performance down by being blanket decreases on kind of car performances like across the board. Sorry I'm late. I was recruiting cult members. Oh yeah, we're a cult, aren't we? The cult of G. I assume it was our cult. If it was a different cult, I've got questions. Like, chat, don't get me wrong. The DRS here is a little bit dumb. But at the same time, like, it's better than it was after the last update. I mean, Piastri is keeping up pretty nicely here. These guys on softs have got to pit sooner rather than later, which is good. Hey, Wubba Lubba Dub Dub, how you doing? Nice to see you on earlier in the day. I made wise choices yesterday and turned 450 channel points into 10.5k. I mean, that's pretty good. I'll give you that. What were the predictions you went on there? Did you win on every single one? Joe just ran wide. Oh yeah, he's lost time now. There is some gaps starting to emerge in the little DRS train. But Piastri is just vibing. When everyone pits here, we could see a bit of a shuffle. Can you convert that into pounds? Afraid not. Your channel points are stuck as channel points forever. I'm waiting to see some cars pull off to the right in the next few laps.
Recharge on. Yeah.
Orlando is driving the most straightforward race right
Hands
now.
on lifting coast for now. Hands on lifting coast for now.
Sorry, I'm like some guy named Mick locked up and hit the wall in front of me. That happens. I hope we can fast forward this slightly because Piastri is just going to be stuck. I was going to say he's going to be stuck in the train. Okay, yeah, he is keeping up. I was a bit worried that because we're harvesting, he might be struggling, but I think we're okay. I think all these other cars are trying to conserve their tyres slightly. I mean, Norris is just vibing ahead. How much faster a lap is he? It's like 7/10 a lap faster. I guess because they're squabbling as well, but it's just the difference in performance on these tyres. And with Bahrain, because the tyre wear is pretty severe here, it means that these teams are really having to like run their tyres towards the end of their lifespan. It's not a track where you can pit and kind of avoid the dead period at the end. Everyone's going to hit that. Roy the boy, thank you very much for subbing with the Prime. Welcome aboard. How you doing anyway, man? Are you going to be going to any more events soon? I've not got any conventions immediately on the horizon. I did at one point consider making a super last-minute trip to San Francisco for TwitchCon this weekend. But I've not got any conventions that I'm lined up to be at in the immediate future, but you never know when these things pop up. But I am a bit impulsive over kind of stuff happening. I thought you were Road to Shore with a new logo for a moment, Jack. Yeah, well, we have got the new logo. Some people say it looks like an NT5, which I can kind of see. But at the end of the day, I think it looks pretty good. I'm happy with all the new rebrand bits. I think the W is obvious enough. I wrestled with it for a lot, chat. The typography was a nightmare to make it not look too much like an N. But I think I ended up striking a pretty good balance with it all. I'll tell you what, these guys are just wrecking each other's stints. The fact that Piastri is actually managing his tyres here means that you know that it's a conservy race. Who will I start with on FM23? When you'll find out when the game comes out. It's a surprise. What happened to Lewis Hamilton? I think he's going to retire. And my last team was Haas. We actually won the championship with Haas, and they have been dog crap this year. Yellow flag. Someone ran wide. It wasn't a bad incident. Oh my word. Okay. Well, Piastri just got past everyone.
Car run wide.
In the detection zone, oh my word. We just got pinched. Never mind, back to conserve. Oh, we've not got DRS here. It's fine though. A lot of these guys who are now getting past us are going to be pitted in the next few laps, so we don't need to push super hard to keep up with them.
Just keep on pushing.
We can just tail behind them. They're not wrecking our race too much. Chat, what alert did I just miss there? Did someone donate? For some reason, donations don't appear in my feed.
Lifting close for now.
And it annoys the crap out of me, especially because it might not be someone who's done a tip, but I can't afford to miss the tip. Let me check. Oh! Elwood Blackmore, thank you so much for the $10. That is very, very generous. Thank you, Jack, for everything you do for us. I just play video games, but I appreciate the kind words. Do you think you could get an IRL job for your FM experience? You probably can. Do I think I could? I doubt it. Is there an origin story for the name Work the Space? I thought it sounded cool. You know when you come up with a username online and you grow to resent it, like, very, very quickly? Work the Space is the first username I've ever had which I haven't grown to hate immediately. So I call that a resounding success after 10 years. Pentagon beta save, no shot. Oh, yellow flag sector 2. Who had a moment? It wasn't us. That's all that matters.
That sounds like someone's gone wide.
Ocon went wide. I mean, Piastri's tyres are lasting here. I'm surprised these guys haven't pitted. They really are running these softs into the ground. They're going to be losing time. Okay, first car pit. It's Bottas.
Are you good to push?
When these guys pit, it's push time for Piastri because we're running medium, hard, soft. I think we could end up going medium, hard, medium, but a lot of these guys I think are going to be going soft, hard, soft, or soft, medium, or soft, hard, medium. Norris's tyre wear's good. He did start on fresher tyres though. We saved a set of tyres for him in quali, which we couldn't manage with Piastri. Yeah, Norris is in a great spot now. The advantage of just having clean air to run in. It's so beautiful not seeing Mick in last place. Yeah, Mick's in 15th. Can Mick get points? These mediums are going to be faster now than the guys on the softs. Last lap, Norris was half a second quicker because of the difference in the tyre wear. Oh, chat, can we discuss the new update? I'm still kind of getting used to it. This is only like my 7th race on it. The new update changes so much now that tyre wear really matters for speed. Hey, Quiz on a Stick, how are you, my friend? Did you get sacked? No, we didn't get sacked. We won everything with Haas. So we moved teams using mods. What tyre did Bottas go on to? Bottas has gone on to hards. What tyre are this lot about to go on to? Hards, hards. Okay, so they're all going to run soft, hard, soft. I think. Doesn't look like anyone's running soft, medium, soft. So I think it's too early to move for that strategy now. Haas are down at the end for... I guess that'll be... who will that be? One of these two guys is going to pit next lap. What was Piastri's last lap like compared to Verstappen? Oh my word, it's like 0.8 quicker. I think their strategy to go on the mediums might end up being a pretty good one here. Norris was due to pit next lap, but I'm thinking we're going to go a few laps longer. Just because look at this wear. So much better than was predicted, and these tyres are so much quicker. Could I go medium, medium? I might go medium, medium with Norris, you know. That is not a normal strategy, but because we have the soft tyres, I think we can actually make it work. Verstappen's down at 32%. He is losing so much time now by being out on these tyres. The Piastri's due to pit in 5 laps. If Verstappen doesn't pit this lap, I'm convinced they're going for a soft, medium, soft. But I don't think that's a very good strategy. I don't know why they're doing what they're doing, but I'm not going to complain. What was Piastri's gain on Verstappen that last lap? Not quite as much. Almost half a second, though. Do a team in Norway is your beta save. Up-and-coming league. Sadly, that is not something that people are interested in. I'm afraid to say, almost always with beta saves, I will be managing in England, chat, when it comes to Football Manager, because over 60% of my audience are based in the UK, and they are just the save games that more people watch. Be nice if you could actually drive the car as well as implement the strategy. I don't. That's a different game, Kilgore. I mean, you've got there's F122 where you can drive the cars. This is a management sim. Like, what you want is a completely different genre of game. Newcastle again, or maybe a Liverpool rebuild. No comment. You'll find out in due course, chat, what I've got planned for FM23. Piastri's flying.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
I wonder if he can drop Verstappen here. We'll see. Hey, Turnaround UK, how are you doing? 21 months. That is a long-ass time. Hi, Jack. Sorry the sub is late. I was on holiday. Don't be sorry. But I appreciate you, mate, stopping by. This month's question is, would you like to see a mandatory 2 to 3 stop a race with more choices or tyre compound? I actually think F1's in an okay spot when it comes to kind of pits now. In general, I don't think kind of enforcing a 2 or 3 stop solves the problems people have with F1 and kind of the current pit stop situation, to be honest. Hey, Diz, how are you doing, mate? Looking forward to seeing you soon. I will be watching the game tonight, Roy. That's why I'm live now, by the way, everyone, is because Liverpool play in the Champions League later.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
I'm hoping we can pull ahead of Verstappen here, but I think with DRS, even on these absolutely shredded softs, he can keep in touch a distance. It's mad that he and Ocon are going down this low, but they're looking to pit onto mediums, a bit like Sainz, Zhou and Vettel have. They're 100% going soft, medium, softs, which I don't think is a good strategy, but we'll see. I am a Liverpool fan. Am I optimistic? I don't know if optimistic's the right word, but I'm expectant. I kind of agree on refueling Holy Fab, but the thing is with Indy, like, the race distance is so much longer that the fueling is, like, more significant in terms of what it opens up for strategies. But it's definitely demonstrable proof that you can make refueling safe. Right. What tyre is Verstappen coming out on here? Mediums. Okay, that's what I thought they'd gone to. Ocon pitted for hards there, which is a bit odd they pitted that late for hards. I'm going to go 1 lap longer on Norris, I think. Although, actually, we already extended his stint out quite a lot. I've missed it anyway. It's fine. So we're going to go mediums on Lando.
So, box this lap.
Yeah, confirm. Happy to box at the end.
He sounds so miserable when he says he's happy to box.
Come on, mate.
Confirm.
Score prediction for the game tonight. I reckon 3-1 Liverpool. 3-1 up. That's my prediction. So Norris is going to lose a little bit of time here because the tyres are dead, but it's fine. And then Piastri is going to be pitting next lap anyway. What's the tyre wear like on Piastri? I mean, he's pretty much performing to what we expected. Because we're pitting after everyone, though, it does mean that he should come out. I'm hoping ahead of Verstappen. The interesting thing is going to be Verstappen's going to be on mediums here when we're on hards. So even if we have been able to get that time over him, he might well get us.
Okay, head down. Copy.
on the mediums, on the faster tyre. Norris is out in some nice clean air, though. Big thing now is where Piastri comes out in relation to Verstappen. Verstappen was within DRS range before the pits. But when he pitted...
Yeah, copy. Pit limiter.
Hey, Paul, what happened with your save game? I've not heard about any save game issues. But no, my save game's been fun. I've actually modded my save game to move teams and not have problems with that either. Do you ever get ballsed up pit stops? Not very often. I thought you did at one point when I first started playing at Haas. But I think it was just that my team at Haas was so bad. Okay, Piastri lost a bit more time there.
Tyre set, though. Look after it.
By going longer. But we kind of had to go longer, I feel like, on Piastri there. For later on. I can't see how these guys are going to run softs at the end. If these teams who pitted way earlier, who are on the hards now, go on to softs at the end, their softs aren't going to last. It's going to be interesting. Liverpool 8-0 win tonight. I don't think it'll be quite that significant if they do win. Do you see a difference in tyre performance after when they're warming up, like after a pit stop? I think you do a little bit. I've not tested it extensively enough, to be honest, to be able to check. Michael Addons almost beat the alert. Thank you so much for the 2 months. Early stream, I'm here for it. Hey, happy to hear. Yeah, we are live today early because the football later. How far is Verstappen behind Norris here? 7 seconds. Multiple cars have crashed. What do you mean? What do you mean multiple cars have crashed? Who's crashed into who? Was it Mick? Oh, Vettel has a warning. And Perez is pitting. What happened?
So let's look at this. There's Sergio
What happened here? I mean, did Perez turn there? I feel like Perez didn't turn. Perez managed to get in the pits. Vettel didn't. Is Vettel doing an extra lap here with damage because he was a tiny bit further up the road? Mad there was no safety car there, though, for the safety car backers. I'm still paranoid about a safety car coming out at some point and wrecking this gap that we've worked hard to get with Norris. I've not played too much since the update, Paul. I've only played about 6 or 7 races, but I've been enjoying it more since the patch. I feel like it's not perfect, but I've not had too many wet races, which I think is where it's at its worst. But in general, you just see way more variety in strategies. I feel like they need to tune the AI slightly around kind of using different strategies and being a bit more reactive during the race. But I almost feel like one of the reasons why they had the tyres how they had them before the update is because they knew the AI wasn't going to make best use of the kind of different compounds if the performance difference was significant. Fight me, cutie pie. Thank you so much for 4 months. Imagine Mick and Lando on the same team. Oh, wait, Mick's gone. Hashtag Mick the GOAT. No. Look, he's not the GOAT. He's a very naughty boy, but he might get points today. He's running in 12th and Vettel ahead of him's got to take a penalty. Jack, you should try and fix Wolves in the FM23 beta. I feel like a vet would be better suited to fix Wolves. That was an awful joke. I'd like to issue a public apology. What do we do here? The guys in front are going to pit sooner. I think that's when we use the last bit of life in the hards. And the fact that Piastri did make those mediums last is a bit of a relief because I wasn't sure he was going to be able to do that. Jack, what do you think of Leclerc in game? Dr. Liz. Dr. Liz. No, Mr. Diz. Dr. Liz. Where did that come from? I'm still thinking about vets. Mr. Diz loves him, and it's his favourite driver. Leclerc has not been that good in this save game. The UFM save survived as Watford for longer than 6 months. I mean, let's make it a possible save game. Look, Piastri just did Leclerc. Leclerc could be Mr. Diz's favourite driver, but look at this. Pathetic. Yeah, I know he doesn't have DRS, but pathetic. The pack's pretty spread out here now. Like, I know we had the big DRS train before, but it has started to split apart, like, after the pits. Oh, my word. Now, here's the dilemma. Piastri's just got ahead of Bottas and ahead of Leclerc.
Good stuff.
We've got slightly fresher hards, and I've got surplus fuel. Is this the time to just try and push and build up a second gap?
And there's an overtake from Williams.
The gap's going to get closed here, but if we can stay ahead of Bottas, the aim is to get ahead by more than a second in the next kind of 6 or 7 turns. Bottas has always been crazy in this game. Bottas was always really good at Alfa Romeo, and now in this save game, he's gone back to Mercedes, and he's still pretty mad there. Like, he's consistently been ahead of Ocon. That gap is not above a second, which is a problem for this section here. But I think there's enough of a gap for us to be safe. That gap is coming down, but it's such a short run-in. Right. You've got half a lap here, Piastri, to build a second gap.
Battery. Copy.
Lewis to McLaren. Did Lewis go to McLaren in my save game for a year? I think he did. Yeah, I think Lewis went to McLaren season 3 and then after 1 year packed up his bags and left, and they hired Joe. I can't get ahead. Bottas is too quick, even on more worn hards.
So that's the fastest lap.
Piastri set the fastest lap, but it's still not enough to get him out of DRS range. I hate everything. One more lap. One more lap. He went to Alpha in yours. That is wild. Bum as well, though, Jack. Originally, McLaren signed Deruvela and Norris. I then snatched Norris and then ditched Deruvela, then signed Lewis and Albon. Albon in some save games I've seen be mad. In this save game, he's been so disappointing. I say that. Last race of last season, he was running in first, and then he got taken out by Leclerc. So maybe it's not his fault. Oh, can we get ahead by a second? Please, 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 please. I don't think Bottas has arse. Does he have arse? He has no arse. Air resistant suppression effect. Much better kind of way of saying DRS. Make it mainstream. Right, if we can stay ahead now of Leclerc and Bottas, that's big. My concern here is that I've used up a bit of these hards to make that gap happen, and also they're just going to slingshot each other with DRS. Hamilton went to Haas in my save game. Then, year after that, I signed him at Aston to get him his 8th title before he retired. I respect that mediocre man. I really want to, using mods, move Hamilton to Red Bull over Checo and then see who drives faster, Verstappen or Hamilton in game for a season. The average Tedsy, mate, thank you for 28 months. You've not even written a message with the 28 months, but let me tell you now, I'm appreciative of the long-term support. Lewis might get 8 this week. There is absolutely no shot they remove points off Red Bull. It just won't happen. I could see them punishing the constructors, but they won't touch the Drivers' Championship, I don't think. And even then, I don't think they'll deduct points off Red Bull. It'll be interesting once the actual numbers and stuff come out for the cost cap breaches, though. I'm curious how egregious the breaks have been by Red Bull. Wait, what happened to Haas? We won everything, Arctic Lizard. We won the drivers, we won the constructors, we came second in the drivers as well with Pescher. So we moved to Williams in the same universe, and Haas are really rubbish, and it makes me sad. Do I think they breached? I mean, they definitely did breach by all accounts. It's just a case of how severe was it. And yeah, I think it is Wednesday that they said that there'd be more details about the cost cap, although knowing F1, they will delay the report and the results for like a few weeks. Because in F1, if you get given a date for something to come out, there'll be extensions added. It always happens. That's exactly what I expect, Paul. I imagine Red Bull feel like there's certain aspects they've spent money on that shouldn't count towards the cost cap or weren't clearly outlined. Whether or not they genuinely believe that or if they're just being disingenuous. But because it's like such new rules when it comes to the cost cap, there is going to be grey areas and areas open to interpretation that I'm sure they will fight for and say, in our eyes, we didn't know that this counted towards the cost cap. And therefore, they shouldn't be worrying about it. And then off the back of all of that, nothing will happen.
Oh, there's a spin!
Right. Piastri's in third. Norris is in first. We're not pitting until lap 34 with Norris. I'm a bit concerned about pitting on lap 34 with Norris because he went on to mediums for this middle stint. The guys, the hard runners behind us, we're potentially going to end up getting pitted into. How much quicker is Norris than Piastri right now? About 0.6 seconds a lap. 0.4 over some of the guys further behind. It's not ideal, but it's manageable. Right. I might pit Lando a few laps later just to try and balance out this medium stint. And also to minimise the risk of us pitting into loads of the runners on hards. I'm curious to find out how much Red Bull broke it by. Because obviously there's like the 5% for a reprimand and then it's kind of a sliding scale. But it is mad to me that the FIA came up with this kind of structure for... you know, the kind of cost cap, but then they didn't outline clearly what the punishments are for each kind of breach. Like, if you hit hard limits, those teams will stay within those limits when they realise there's a punishment they don't want to go over. But, like, for Red Bull, if it's like, oh, we spent 10% over the cost cap, and they miss out, like, on 2 practice sessions, or even a quali session they're just not allowed to compete in, they have to start from the back. That isn't a punishment that fits the, like, in terms of, I don't want to say it fits the crime, but essentially, like, for a team like Red Bull, it's not that severe a punishment. They've got a car right now that is fast enough to overcome that kind of punishment and make it so it's not that well befitting of the crime. It's a big kind of moment, though, because it's a case of, are we going to see it as kind of some wishy-washy kind of regs, or is it going to be something where we really see them push hard on it? Right, Norris is pitting this lap. He's got Verstappen 3 seconds behind. We're going on to mediums again. I think Verstappen is going to go on to softs and run these mediums longer, but I don't have a fresh set of softs, and I think the medium is a good race tyre based on Piastri's opening stint.
Understood.
I mean, these guys have got to pit soon, right? My hope is that against worn hard, Norris will be able to breeze by anyone he gets stuck behind. I mean, looking at it, he's going to come out way clearer than I thought. Okay, that is absolutely fine. I was looking at the intervals instead of gap to leader. I'm an idiot. Okay, so Norris is in second after his stop here. He has got such a straightforward run to the end now. He literally doesn't need to do anything. Verstappen's in the pit this lap, though. What's he going on to? They're going softs to the end. Are these used softs or fresh softs? They've got to be used. Used softs. I don't know why the AI would do that. I mean, I kind of do. It's because one of the outline strategies for them is soft, medium, softs that they'll try. But like pitting onto softs now, I mean, you can see here Piastri's used softs graph when he pits 4 laps later. Now, Piastri's tyre management is worse, but assuming they're around the same wear, because they've both been like scrubbed sets of softs for both Piastri and Verstappen. Verstappen's going to be in trouble here. I want to know how so many of the teams and people on the paddock found out about all this, the cost cap stuff ahead of time. Because you have to assume that it, like, obviously it's leaked. But in order for Mercedes and Ferrari to be so confident publicly about it, they've probably got to have multiple sources who have kind of ratified it, you'd think. I, for one, look forward to the discourse for the next month over it. I'll tell you what, Piastri right now is ruining Verstappen's race on these softs. Hey, Ches, thank you for the raid. How you doing, buddy? How is FIFA, Ches? I've been playing a lot of FUT, and I've been enjoying it, but I feel like I'm just, you know, I don't touch career mode, so I never really know how that side of the game is.
Keep on pushing.
Okay, Verstappen's got past Piastri. We're going to pit a few laps later anyway for softs. I think Verstappen is going to have to manage these softs so carefully to the end. His tyres might be wrecked to the end. Whether I doubt Piastri can make up an entire pit stop with like 4 or 5 laps fresher, but it's going to be close.
Let's push it here. Copy.
Did all the others go on to used softs? Oh yeah, they did all go on to used softs, except Mick. Mick's on fresh softs, chat. Do you believe? I believe. Come on, Mick, do it for the believers. Get a point. There was at one point where Mick was like up in 11th. What happened? Did he have an incident that I missed and he had to pit off it? Career is okay, but still flawed and lacking in so many areas. Yeah, I feel that. I'm very cautiously optimistic about this year's Football Manager. I wasn't wowed by the feature announcements. I don't know what other people thought about it. I was kind of hoping, I don't know, after a few years of the pandemic and that impacting game dev, I was hoping they'd have something big for kind of the first year where, for the most part at least, like, you know, they've been able to get to kind of a new normal. I don't think Verstappen's going to catch Norris before his tyres die, and even if he does, I think we can get him at the end. I hope all the cup draw stuff they showed for Football Manager is available for all competitions. What's the time difference here between Piastri and Verstappen? It's like 3 seconds, the hards to the softs. Do I have a set of... Do I go on used softs that have a lifetime of 20 laps? Now, knowing that the wear is bad on them, or do I go to mediums and absolutely hammer them on Piastri? Or do I just stick with the strategy? I think if I go onto softs now, it's a lap too soon to make them last. I have no idea how Verstappen's getting to the end on these softs. My concern if we're going on the mediums then trying to push them hard is because of the way that tyre temps now actually do impact more significantly incidents that pitting for the mediums and pushing would just result in Piastri making a mistake. Hey, 06 Russ, how you doing, dude? Thank you for the 2 months. I love Football Manager chat, but I am concerned about the lack of movement in the 3D side of things. Like, the way in which games have evolved in the last few years with graphics engines and what can run on, like, mobile devices. Like, the reality is the current Football Manager match engine, from a graphical point of view, could run on, like, a mobile phone. Like, that's not even far-fetched. And especially now that they're releasing like a console version of the game, there's kind of an expectation with console gamers that when they pay a certain amount of money for their console, that games are going to look a certain way. We might come out behind signs here. Hopefully not Zhou as well, but given the fact they've been on soft switching out 68%, I want to believe we'll be able to get them. I think one of the biggest issues with Football Manager is the fact that because it's 30 years of spaghetti code and it's a match engine that was never designed with 3D in mind, it's very difficult to actually make progression in that regard.
Back off. Coffee.
Piastri started this race second, but we always knew he was going to be in trouble. This is a bit of a tortoise and a hare situation where we're coming out on much fresher softs. So I think we just have to wait for their tyres to hit a cliff.
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Update on liftoff. We do require fuel liftoff.
Confirm.
That's not the match engine, isn't it? It's just the graphical representation of the match engine. I mean, it's the graphics engine. SI always described the match engine as the maths bit and the graphics engine as the rendering of that. But ultimately, they both make up what most people would refer to casually as the match engine. The issue is, right, I feel like if the game could be put into a different graphic... I don't know what graphical engine Football Manager uses. I assume it's an internal one that they have. But I feel like if they could get it running in Unity or running in Unreal, they probably would have by now. And I have to imagine there's some technical limitations that mean that the engine that they run the matches in, which has been the same engine for decades, just is not compatible with modern graphics engines. And if that is the case, they got a massive problem. Oh, I know they mocap themselves, Paul. I've actually done some like the mocap directing in the past. I used to do it when I worked at CA all the time. By the way, SI is hiring Unity developers right now. I mean, that's interesting. That makes me wonder. But they could be working on like I mean, typically Unity's very good for like mobile devices because it's very good at kind of being supported by lots and lots of different kind of platforms. What does high tyre temps mean after the new patch? It means that the tyres will wear down sooner and there's a higher chance of a mistake. I mean, they could be working on it, I agree, chat, but here's the issue. They should have been working on it 5 years ago. IMO. I feel like it should have been evident 5 years ago that Football Manager needed maybe a rewrite of the match engine from scratch to make it work with a modern graphics engine, or the work to make it work with a graphics engine was there. Like, I find it hard to believe that they feel like they can stick on their current internal engine, which has not progressed in 10 years. They released the current 2D, 3D engine 5 years ago or something. I mean, it was a decade ago.
Good job.
And yeah, 5 years ago, they talked about how they updated the graphics engine. And the way that I felt like it was framed there was they were talking about the fact that it was like laying a foundation for big upgrades year on year. Stadiums have not changed in a long time. Like the stadiums that currently exist in FM were outsourced and made by artists at Creative Assembly, which I think is one of the reasons why they haven't updated them since, is because they've not got other artists at the company who can do that work. Stop spending all this money on scouts and put it in the engine. The scouts are volunteers, Priest. No, none of the scouts, club or even at a league level, get paid by SI. All they get is their name in the game. They get a free copy of the game. They get their name in the game. They are all volunteers. Is Verstappen still gaining on us here? Yes, that's concerning. Although I have been on conserve, so
we do not require any fuel liftoff.
Yeah, confirm.
Piastri's lapping about a second a lap faster right now than Sainz on slightly older softs. This is definitely a case of just being patient with Piastri. And we'll get him with time. But yeah, I want to believe that in the near future we're going to get... I think it's commendable when game developers choose to use their own engine, especially when it comes to graphics engines. But I think in a day where now it's more and more standardized that there are a handful of engines that are used, there is a reason for that. Like, the engines themselves are better supported because, you know, Unreal is produced by Epic. And Epic themselves foot a lot of the development costs involved in kind of developing the engine itself. And it makes it way easier to hire new people. If you're hiring a 3D artist and then going, hey, by the way, you've got to work in this obscure engine that only we use, the onboarding process is so much harder. I used to have that a lot when I worked on Total War. You know, we'd get people come into the cinematics team who have worked kind of with Unreal's movie tools or Unity's kind of cinematic tools. And then you're having to teach them a whole new workflow. Like, the reality is you can hire the most creative people in the world, but it takes time to learn tools. Jack, would you be okay with them using Unreal 5 if it meant it became an Epic exclusive? That would never happen. So it's a bit of a silly kind of what if. Did I work on Total War Warhammer? I worked on every Total War Warhammer, including Warhammer 3. I worked on Thrones of Britannia, Three Kingdoms. Basically, if you name a Total War in the last 10 years, I probably worked on it. And my server got Hamilton to 121 wins. I mean, that's pretty good, Alex. It's not that silly. Epic have used that deal for several developers. They have, but not for major players who ship on multiple platforms. Why did I leave Haas? We won everything. We won everything. I did all the voice work on Three Kingdoms for the introductions to the game on Race. Did you actually, Paul? Wait, I did. Was that a big sequence of YouTube videos? I never clocked that was your voice. Was it a big set of tutorials that you did, Paul? That's wild. I remember the guys who were working on that. That was kind of not handled by the cinematic team, but that's funny. Piastri's up to third, by the way, chat. He is flying. So the difference of these soft tyres by just 10% is crazy. Good to know. Now the challenge is to try and keep Sainz a second behind.
Hands on lift the coast for now.
Yep.
I mean, if these guys want to fight alongside, that'd be nice, because these guys, they're in DRS range. Magnussen, if you want to crash now, Kevin, that'd be beneficial. for my stuff at Hoogie Bun, so I worked in cinematics. I did art, an art-based degree. Piastri's not made a mistake yet today. I know I shouldn't say that too loud, and I'm probably jinxing things. He's not made a mistake yet today. I believe in him. It's all going to be fine. Who's locked up? Who's had a moment? Oh, my word. One of the Ferraris. Safety? Is this a safety car? No. We're just going through a low-speed corner.
Oh, big
Who crashed? Leclerc. I hope Mr. Diz isn't here. I hope Mr. Diz isn't here.
There's the lockup. It almost got away.
Where are we going? Where are we going from here? I mean, is Verstappen going to catch us? Do I need to be paranoid here? I feel like Norris has got so much life left in these mediums. Maybe now's the time to push on with it.
So pick up the pace.
I don't want Max to get in DRS range. Everything's fine. I hope Lando can just pull away now. Piastri still got Magnussen behind him. Magnussen loves a crash, so this scares me slightly. Who's my favourite driver? Danny Rick. And I say that with a pained, glum face. Although he had an okay race at the weekend. Obviously, I feel like at Singapore he benefited a lot from just a fortunate timing on the safety car, and he was still way off the pace of Lando, but I mean 16th to 5th, you take that, it's still a good weekend. I'm really concerned about Magnussen just spearing Piastri here.
5 laps to go, 5 laps.
Alright. So into your left and coast.
Verstappen getting closer? No. Okay, we've got a gap to him. I'm really starting aggressive. I don't really want to.
Back it out.
Yeah, confirm.
Please, 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 no save. Actually, a safety car now might not get cleared before the end, but there's such a big gap for Norris. I'm a bit concerned. If we got a safety car now on the mediums, he might be in trouble from everyone on softs. Magnussen really wants to get past Piastri here. Don't let him do it. Don't let him do it. Oh, who's locked up now? Who's crashed now? Who was it? Who had a moment? Name and shame them. Who was it? Sainz. I tell you what, not a good day for Ferrari. Where's the Safina clown? We are the Safina clown now. This is sad reality. Okay, Norris is pulling away from Verstappen now. Verstappen's used up his tyres. Nervy ending though, with Verstappen like not a million miles behind.
4 more laps.
Also, Zhou and Bottas are doing a thing behind, which is meaning that ourselves and Magnussen are vanishing up the road. Thoughts on the early switch to mediums when the track was still wet? I mean, sometimes you just have to take a gamble. When you're at the back, like that's the kind of strategy which is either a boom or bust. But I don't think it's that questionable to do for your Merc. Like, you've had the pit lane start with George. You've struggled a lot. Sometimes there's no harm in just throwing on a tyre and hoping. Hey, Sheeny, I'm doing really good, thank you. How are you? I don't like the fact that Magnussen's catching. Bottas and Zhou have lost like 2 seconds to us. They were right behind us at one point. Hey, Dark F1 Gaming, how's it going? Hunted Raptor, I'm not sure what you're asking. I don't like the fact Kevin's behind us, because I gave Kevin all those overtaking points. He has like 90 overtaking.
Three more laps, including this one.
Oh my god, the fuel, the pissing fuel.
Look after this tyre set though, look after it.
Yeah.
What season is this? This is the 4th season
You've got the margin to push.
of this save game, but we moved to Williams after season 3. We're now 3 seconds ahead of Bottas. Bottas and Joe have lost about half a second in the last lap fighting. Oh, he's got DRS. Do I need to worry about the fuel? It'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. Hey, Millie, how's it going? Where are we? What is it with you and people called Kev being made to being a pain in the balls, Jack? Whether it's F1 or FM, Kev's always trying to screw you. I don't know. My uncle is also called Kevin and is annoying. No, he's not annoying. He's not quite Lelujo or Kevin Magnussen annoying. How far in the season is this race? This is race number 6 of the season. So we have also run a script that shuffles the race calendar. So we have got a shuffled calendar. It is a nonsensical order which forgoes any kind of attempt at sustainability of the environment by having the tracks kind of all over the place, but it does add a bit of variety to the gameplay. Otherwise you just end up developing the same parts that focus on the same areas because the calendar is always the same. Hey, CQ. Please tell me I've said your name correctly there. I've worked hard on that pronunciation. Thank you for the 3 months. Just right. Go Mick. I mean, could Mick get past Pashare? Probably not. He's rubbish. But it could happen. What scripts have you run beyond the move team and calendar shuffle? I have not run any others. I really want to watch Mick try and get past Pashare, but I do also need to watch to make sure Magnussen doesn't get past Piastri. Magnussen's softs are just a little bit more worn. He's kind of close behind us here, though. I don't love it. Oh, I did change the board expectations as well. That's correct. With the moving team kind of script, the kind of, what do you call it, the board expectations can get a bit wonky. Does it still drop a cliff for you below 30%, but not for the AI still? It's about the same, the 30%, from my experience. Well, I've not noticed it being that different before. Yeah, definitely, I mean, Verstappen's losing a lot of time now, a lap. I say that, his lap time is about the same for the last lap, but we were conserving fuel on Norris. We could probably check at the end of this lap.
Okay, final lap.
Actually, he hasn't lost that much. But it doesn't look like we've... well, it doesn't look like we're losing too much time with Piastri either. What's Vettel's lap time like? 1:35.9. These guys are all squabbling behind. Also, why is Danny Rick so far back in that Alfa Romeo? That car's fast. I'm really curious, what strategy did Danny Rick run? Because he lost 4 places. He went soft, hard, soft. I don't think that was a very good strategy. I say that, Kevin's run that strategy. He's up in 4th. Alright, Piastri can attack now to end, just to try and get away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Verstappen's like 3 seconds behind now, so he's definitely losing more and more time. The performance difference in the tyres is just so refreshing. What races have happened so far this season? Oh my word, you're testing me. Chat, what races have happened so far? We've done Brazil, Bahrain obviously now, Imola. Why can I not remember the others? Austria and Spa. I'm missing
tyres a
one.
little bit.
I don't know which one I'm missing. Spain, thank you. See, we got there as a team. Okay, that's massive.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
Can we hold back K-Mag?
It's a cool car to drive, thank you.
It's a cool car to drive.
That is a fabulous drive, mate.
I wish
Fail
I could.
84, please, mate. Fail 84.
Wish I could take credit. Oh, chat, I need to get the podium music. Where's the hat? I'm not celebrating prematurely. Piastri could still mess it up at the end.
Let's back off.
Copy.
Ah, he's dropped Magnussen at the death. Things you love to see. What is fail 84? I really want to know what fail 84 is, chat.
That's the checkered flag.
I need to go get my hat, chat. Where's my hat? Let me go get it. Come on! Come on! It sounds so horrific. Turn it down. Bloody hell, too much flu. Too much flu. Come on! Come on! We don't get a podium cutscene because we've got Piastri without a face scan. So we'll just do this instead.
Lando Norris can be proud.
Thank
What a
you.
fantastic
Thank you.
performance.
Thank you. Come on! I really need an actual bottle of champagne. That really is my least favourite part of this.
Very impressive
It's
showing
called the
today
flute
for
theme, but it's clearly a recorder.
Extremely convincing race for them. They've won impressive team. They deserve to celebrate this properly.
No, I've had enough. I've had enough. Get me out of here. Piastri actually lost a spot there. Kevin Magnussen, 4 overtakes for Kevin. That Alpine car is quick. It's just unfortunate that their other driver is Tsunoda. After drivers change teams, do you lose the audio feedback? No. The way the AI, the way the audio is scripted is done in such a way where it's like non-team specific. There are some specific lines, but in general, you don't have to worry about it. You've got 4 teams separated by 18 points. That was a massive weekend for us. We leapt up. Red Bull gained places as well. Very, very close championship, and there's double points for the last race of the season. Right. Yeah, it is an earlier stream for me. I feel weird, but I didn't want to clash with Liverpool. Right, chat, we've got France in a few days' time. Smoothness, always smoothness. I'm going to run to the loo real quick, though, chat, because I am a child. I'm going to leave you with Curry Dog. Spam away. Use this as an opportunity to go stretch your legs. I am going to do the French Grand Prix today. I'm going to be going for it a little bit quicker than that last race, because I need to make food before the Liverpool game. Anyway, I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Raise curries and stuff. Have fun. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Did we get a safety car? We didn't. I'll pay out the prediction. Will we have a safety car? No. Disaster. Fail 84 means changing the car to failsafe mode. Turns off battery, reduces engine power to minimum, etc. I see. I hope the drivers don't have to remember every single one off the top of their head. Like, are they allowed a cheat sheet in the car? You know, have a laminate piece of paper with the numbers 1 to 84 on them, and they can go, oh, okay, what does that one do? You know what? We should ban radio contact. They should have to do it all on their own without being told by their engineers. Also, new front wing and new rear wing. Now the question is, do I rush these? I could. How long till the race? 3 days. I could. I might run this on one car and not the other. Is what I'm thinking. What did I chat? Which did I just manufacture? Okay, that was the front wing. I'm gonna run it on one car and not the other. These upgrades. It'll give us an idea of how the upgrades are. I really dislike in game how you can kind of just emergency build stuff, and it's kind of forgiving with how much you actually have to pay for them. Like, it's not cheap, but at the same time, it's not enough of a deterrent to not make it worth it. But I feel like in this situation, IRL, you'd probably make 2 of kind of the part and then run it on one of the cars. It's very forgiving. I understand why the emergency mode exists. It's so that you don't get a situation with players where they maybe break all their front wings, forget to manufacture new ones, and then are left without any of them. But it does make a significant kind of forgiveness factor. Right, although I've got backups, I'm going to keep them because I need same spec parts for if there's any issues. What performance difference does that give us compared to our second car? Let's have a look. Wow. Okay, it's a monster upgrade to medium speed cornering ahead of the most medium speed cornering race of the year. I mean, I'd like to issue an apology to Lando Norris. Sorry, Lando, you're not getting the parts. But it'd be better if you could only emergency build the original part. That's actually true. That is true. I mean, this is a track that I developed the wing for. It's a bit of a shame that I couldn't get it done for both cars, but I feel like I should probably be giving Lando the parts, but you know what? Piastri's the young gun. So, in him we trust. Also, both drivers to Q3. Both drivers to Q3. If we don't do that, I'm going to be disappointed. How do you make your car better? You can develop parts. I've already paid out, Panther.
It's Grand Prix time.
Very rude when people write pay out bluntly, and I've already paid out. I've done it, Jeff. Right, doing. How are you gonna doing in qualifying? I'm curious to see the performance difference in the third practice session.
With FP3.
Let's have a look. See. Okay. It's not that. I mean, it's not that significant. Maybe Piastri just did bad laps. You could put them on both, but you're choosing not to. I mean, I could, but I feel like it just cheeses the game a little bit. IMO. I mean, at the end of the day, play the game how you wish. But for me personally, I feel like emergency building 3 of a part, or 3 of 2 parts just to get them in for a race. Like, the in-game, the punishment isn't severe enough for that. And in real life, you see it semi-often where teams will bring upgrades to one car, but not the other.
Check.
You needed the Australian Challenge Jack. Sign Callum Williams, Jack doing an Oscar Piastri. I should do that, but then everyone would ask for a shoey. And that could only go terribly. Alright, clean laps. Oh, why did you go out? Okay, Ocon came out at a good time. I think these laps are going to be good. Is Gasly going to be out of the way? I think that was fine. I've banned emergency building on my save to make it more realistic. Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Okay, I'm not going out again here, chat. No, I'm not even going to set up tyres as a precaution. We're just going to take our hands off the wheel and say, let's go. What does chat tax do? Absolutely nothing, Nico. Absolutely nothing, I'm afraid to say. Hey, Badger Man, thank you for the raid. You just got badgered. Amazing. Chat, welcome on in the Raiders. Badger, how was your stream today? I'm not going out, chat. I'm being strong and independent. We don't need to go out again here. What about G? Oh, God. Have you been asked about G? We bloody love G.
Hold on. No, sorry.
Oh, people are asking what G is. Do I really have to induct people into the cult of G? On a school night? Do people know about G? If I say G, chat, do you know what I'm talking about? Oh, God. Oh, God. Right. You know what? The session's about to finish. We can do this now. What a frame to come to. So, for people new around here, we have a cult dedicated to G. G is a USB lighter manufactured in Japan as the greatest advertising you will see. Your life's about to be changed for the better, maybe for the worst. I've not shown this one on stream in a little while. This is the World Cup Special G advert, which is a work of art. Brace yourself. Also, if you've got the ability to put G emotes in the chat, put your G's in the chat. This is an acid trip, but it's also there's Donald Trump. I think the Joker appears at one point. And there's lots of plot twists. I won't ruin them for you. I don't know if I'm ready for this. This is life-changing. The cows don't really look like cows, do they? So yeah, this is a lighter that is USB powered. What an image. Is that meant to be Donald Trump? Also, you know I've watched this a lot, right? Because in this shot here, there are clearly 2 G lighters in the USB ports. But when we go to the next angle, his teammate's gone. That is poor consistency between shots. Is it meant to be Trump? I don't know. I wish I could speak Japanese so I could try and understand it more. Don't smoke too much. Is this meant to be the Joker? I don't know. Make sure to pay your G tax, by the way. What is this? Someone is following during this. I'm glad that you're enjoying enough to watch this. Is that a mafia boss? I don't even know. What's happening? I've seen this loads of times and it gets weirder now. I don't understand. I look at those skills. Petition to have the World Cup played with cigarettes. How we get catch on? What's the ball? It's a cat. The ball they're playing with is a cat, because of course it is. I'm going to go back to the game now. I'm just going to go back. You know what? I don't need to explain it. Well, if you've now watched that, your life's been changed. You are now part of the G cult. I'm afraid to say there is no leaving. You are stuck here forever. Your life has changed for the better or worse. I'm not sure. Also, thank you to everyone for paying their taxes to our Lord and Saviour G. I think that's a work of art. You know what? I think that is a work of art that the West just isn't ready for. One day it'll be mainstream. I recently found on Twitter, like, you know when you used to like videos on YouTube and it would tweet out for you, like, I liked this video. I liked the original G video like a decade ago. I'm a long-time G worshipper. That's a mental sentence, isn't it? I'm a long-time G worshipper. Right, no blocking, please. You think you need to bleach your eyes now? No. Bleaching your eyes won't make you forget. My stream was good, but Charles and George made me go grey. George spun at Miami with 3 laps to go. In a clear lead, got a puncher, had to pit P18. That's not fun. I hope your life has changed for the better now that you've been blessed by G. Also, chat, I don't know if you've seen. I know that people don't really use the higher tier subs. We're being blocked here. I know people don't really use the higher tier emotes, right, on Twitch. Like, most people just sub a tier 1, but the higher tier subs on this Twitch channel do get the gold and silver G. Look at that. You can have a gold G or a silver G. It's paid privilege right there. We're just getting blocked here, aren't we? Left, right, centre. We're going to have to go out again. I hate everything. When is the rebrand to work the G? You know what? I wouldn't want to infringe on their copyright and their trademarks. I bloody love G, I do. Also, I feel sorry for Magnus and he's having to get through loads of back markers. Did Leclerc just have a moment?
Oh, we've had a spin.
He did just have a moment. I've got to go again. I don't really want to go again. Do I go on used softs? I think we're good enough that we can save softs for the race. I think when we're not blocked with the latest upgrades, we should be fine. Did Piastri get the upgrades or Norris? I'm a bit concerned that Piastri is not doing very kind of standoutly well with the upgrades, although he did just get blocked. I might have gone early here, but who cares? Oh, I've timed it. Timed it to perfection. I take it back. I love G. G is love. G is life. I kind of want to buy one of the lighters, even though I don't smoke. I'm sure I could find uses for a USB lighter, you know? I just don't know what they are. I just realised this is Q2. We don't need to watch the end of these laps. We're making it through comfortably. I hope it's going to be fine. It should be fine. How much quicker is Piastri than Norris? Less than a tenth. I mean, considering how significant those upgrades looked, that is a tad bit disappointing, but we are out the session. And through, I say out the session. We're through the session. Out the session means you get knocked out. That's nice. We're into Q3. Everything's fine. Hey, Keynes, I'm doing good, thank you, mate. Right. I'm going to do initial runnings here on used softs. And that way we can do the last runs of this session on fresh softs and have some softs for the race. Imagine if you were just out on a night out, right? You go into the smoking section just to be social or chat with friends or whatever. Then someone whaps out a G lighter. Like, at that point, I am friends with that person for life. I'll tell you what, Perez and Verstappen are bloody quick in the Red Bull. But we got fresh tyres. It could make a difference. The calendar has been shuffled, Felipe. And this is race 7 of the season, so there's still a lot of racing left to go. Right. Verstappen's at the back. Perez is at the front. Actually, Norris is at the back. Where's my bottle of... My bottle's on the... Does anyone ever, like... I went to reach down for my bottle and it's already on my desk. Does anyone ever have that, like, with their keys? You put your hand in your pocket to find your keys and you have that moment of, like... and then you realise it was in the wrong pocket. Right. Can we improve? We should improve because we're on fresh tyres. Can we improve enough? No purple sectors. That's concerning, but no one else is going better. In fact, we're the only 2 cars on fresh softs. I wish the AI managed their softs in quali a little bit better. Okay, Perez is finished. At the moment, 4th and 5th. Leclerc doesn't improve. Gasly, I don't think any of them are improving. Can we improve? I mean, Piastri's got all the upgrades. So if he can't beat Verstappen, Norris probably can't. It's an improvement. Can Norris do any better? If we have Norris start 3rd here, I'm going to be getting a sense of deja vu. Ah, we can't. 2nd and 5th. Ah, I mean, it's not bad. That's still very, very good, but considering we're battling with Red Bull, it's not ideal.
It's race day with the teams and drivers.
Right, what do we do a prediction on? I kind of want to go for the safety car again, chat. Is that a boring prediction? It's a 1-minute prediction on a safety car. Go, 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 go! You got less time than usual. So we have gone for... We've got a set of fresh softs. Do you go on the hards? And then wait out a safety car. If it comes, it's great. If it doesn't, then you just go onto the softs. Or do you try and be a bit more aggressive? I mean, that strategy is marginal. I've got fresh softs. Hear me out. But what if I just invent my own strategy? Like, Piastri has upgrades. Piastri's quick. What if I go soft, medium, medium? Is that too wild? Chat, please tell me if I've got insane. I kind of want to see if that is a more viable strategy than a one-stopper. Just out of my own curiosity as much as anything. And I think with Lando, we just go for the safe strategy of hard softs. And we can compare the two of them. Assuming none of them crash, which, I mean, someone will probably have an incident. Aiden C, 97, dude, thank you so much for the resub. Appreciate the love. Right, chat. Did the prediction finish already? Blimey. Right. We can be a bit more aggressive on our tyres with Piastri, which is nice as well. Because there's a bit more margin. If he starts eating through the tyres too quick, we could go on hards at the end. Or if there's like a safety car around that 25 onwards, safety car, pitting under the safety car becomes an option. Okay, I believe. I'm curious to see the difference between these two strategies.
I don't want to tempt them.
The AI really likes a two-stopper.
It's time for the French Grand Prix.
But with Piastri starting second with all those upgrades, I think there's no harm in really having a hammer with it.
And away we go.
Okay, Verstappen started on mediums. Was there even a strategy that involved the mediums? Was it medium hards? I guess they're going medium hards. I'm telling Norris to push, but he has got to be a bit more mindful here.
Look after it.
Confirmed.
Oh, okay. Verstappen's just had a moment there already. Go, Oscar, go!
Nice move.
Wait, why is he on used softs? Did I not save a set of softs for the race?
Just gained by Williams.
Chat. Am I going cuckoo? Where can I see his tyres that he has? I swear we have a set of softs. Oh yeah, I guess if I hit the pit button. We literally have a set of fresh softs. Why did the game not put those on? That's really... That is a weird bug. That could potentially ruin Piastri's race, I'll be honest. I mean, you know how I said about that kind of marginal... well, we couldn't even do a one-stop now. Because the tyres are started down at 80%, the hard soft isn't even an option. He's got a two-stop, so we can't change anything. He's just got to keep pushing.
Get onto high fuel.
Copy.
That is a yikes.
It's a good stint so far.
Switch the strategy to soft, hard,
And there's
soft.
an overtake from Williams.
Is that a mad idea? Let's consult the sheet. I mean, that is literally probably the play. I'll be honest, it's not really optimal no matter what, but I think that's probably the better option. The Piastri's going to go racing. Good news, though, he can get a bit punchy on his tyres. But it's not going to be a fun race. Although, because everyone else has started on mediums and hards, like, he should pull away quite nicely. Imagine if he cleared enough of a gap to pit. That'd be good. Don't think that's going to happen. Norris got past Sainz as well. That's a weird bug. I wonder if that's because I set him to have 2 softs at one point when I was flicking through trying to set up the strategy. Either way, that feels like an unintended behaviour. I feel like if you set up a strategy that, like, when you enter the race that has 1 soft stint and you have a set of fresh softs, the game should probably go, oh, okay, you want to use the softs that are fresh. Although, maybe, chat, I'm just huffing copium. Maybe I'm out of touch. That seems logical to me. But when have I ever been right about anything? Never. Mick's the best driver in the world, according to you guys. I don't think we're going to pull that far ahead of Verstappen on fresh mediums. I feel like the initial gap we created was because I was on deploy.
DRS now active.
Really? I kind of want to get Norris in front of Verstappen, right, and then hold him up. It's kind of in my interest to get Lando in front and then turn to hold everyone up. I mean, it's going to spice up our race. Slipstreams are weird in this game, Paul. I don't know if you've noticed it. Like, I don't feel like there's that much of a slipstream effect, like, outside of DRS zones where DRS is active. Have you guys noticed that, chat? Like, I feel like in general, like, slipstreams aren't actually a thing. Okay.
Okay, well done.
Okay, Lando. Lando is Jack.
And a new position.
I
Just
hate the fact that
gained by
Piastri's got a
Williams.
2-stop. It's going to completely wreck his race. Yeah, this is Paul Ricard. Okay, this race is going to be a bit of a weird one, I think, where... I mean, Paul Ricard's not easy to overtake
Last
at
lap was a
anyway.
purple lap.
Although, Norris, if Norris gets ahead of Verstappen, do I then instruct him to hold everyone up for Piastri to get a gap? I feel like that is the correct play.
Let's push.
We got the charge as well because I didn't deploy it all in the first 2 laps like an imbecile. Oh my word. I mean, that move there through the chicane has ruined my suspension of disbelief.
You're looking good at the moment.
Okay. Okay. It's time. Get to the right screen, Jack. Oh, we're not ahead of him. He's on fresher tyres. It's not fair. Are we ahead? We're ahead.
Keep at it.
All right. Time to back him up, Lando. I don't feel like we can actually hold them up, but we'll try. I feel like this is a difficult track to intentionally slow people down at. It's too wider a track with too many high-speed corners that you can get by on. How do you guys switch teams at the end of the season? I used a mod which runs a script through your save file. Oh my god. We just completely cut him off. That works.
Back it out. Back it out.
I feel like the issue is, Paul, like, when I just push with Norris there, like, also, he's just completely messed up Verstappen. This works. No more holding up needed. I feel like what happens is the AI doesn't instruct its drivers to push on tyres or react to you pushing enough. Like, it feels like most of the time the driver's either driving standard or conserve if they're running a bit low on tyres, but there's no AI around kind of being aggressive and reacting a bit more. I mean, this works first, though. The issue is that it's not really helping Piastri build a gap now, although they are going to catch Norris fairly quickly here. All right, Lando, if you can just try and hold them up again, that would be ideal. We want that number to get bigger before Lando gets past. I don't know what the pit stop time here is. Where are we? 27 seconds is your pit lane time loss. That is like versus a flying lap for yourself rather than how much you lose versus other people. Why did Haas decline so fast again? Didn't you just dominate with them? Yeah, we did. I mean, the teams are all very closely together. But on the previous patch, it was very easy to overperform with teams by just pushing the tyres hard. I still feel like it's a little bit easy with that now. But yeah, I mean, Haas have not been slow. Like, they've just been, I say they've not been slow. Like, obviously they've been crap this year, but they've not been like a miles behind in terms of actual pace. I want to check something. So Verstappen's stuff is all fairly fresh. What about Leclerc's? Leclerc's running with engine wear. Sainz has got a new engine in. Both McLarens are running with dodgy engines too. Hey, Alpha F1, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a great stream, mate. And Magano, thank you for subbing the Prime. How was your stream, Alpha? I hope you had a good one, mate. Piastri's pit window is in a few laps, chat. This whole issue that I've got with the having to do multiple stops is a pain. Can we do with a safety car around about now? Yeah, that is a don't hit the retire button, Jack. Let's not misclick. Not that I've ever done that before, of course.
On the right head. We do not require any fuel liftoff.
I need to be aggressive on the fuel here while we charge up.
Recharge on.
Is it just me, or does it feel like having better tyre condition and running on neutral results in faster race at times than being on aggressive? The net game is definitely up there. But the thing is, it's like about using it situationally. Like if you run aggressive but then are able to get track position, you can then ease off a little bit. And it's kind of worth it.
So think about the liftoff.
Yeah, go.
You're with Aston Martin, you're leading the title with Charles, and he hasn't been anything but top three. Hey, sick. I'm kind of surprised that like both in this save game, Ferrari and Red Bull haven't changed their drivers in the last 3 seasons. Piastri's going to have to pit soon, and I'm not looking forward to it. Because he's going to pit into so much traffic. My only hope is he comes out ahead of Albon, but I think that's going to be very marginal in itself.
Ferrari advance the race position.
Sainz got past Norris. Sadness. Verstappen has not been quick on these mediums. Alright, the fact that he's getting bogged down with ourselves and Sainz is mad. I always feel like the pit page is a bit inaccurate here. I could be wrong. But my anecdotal experience is that it lies too much and I don't trust it. But I probably should trust it more. Okay, we're going hards here. We're going to go hard now onto fresh softs.
We need to box.
Piastri's radio messages are hilarious. I hope they upgrade the update the kind of radio messages during the kind of actual season, and as the game kind of gets updates, because Piastri just has a robotic copy. Norris has lost a few spots here. I feel like the Red Bull is just a bit too fast. I mean, Verstappen is caught up with us so quickly. These tyres have gone off, haven't they? Lost a second on that last lap, being on softs on 34% versus mediums on 73%. That is wild. Okay, Piastri is going to come out in last, and it's not even close, right? You just got to just drive your own race now, mate. He's now going to be on these until lap 40.
Okay, that was a purple lap. I'll let you know if the situation changes.
Oh my, what is this? I mean, to be fair, if Sainz wants to slow everyone up, that's fine with me. This is going to be a weird race for Piastri. I have no idea what's going to happen with Piastri here. A safety car to bunch everyone up once he's on his softs at the end would be nice, but so many other people are going to be on softs till the end, I think, off their hards.
Looks like there's been a lock-up.
Oh, Leclerc locked up.
Let's take a look at the replay. Okay, here's
Leclerc's just not been very good in our save game. I don't know what to say.
That's the last thing they'll have wanted.
I've noticed since the update, cars kind of go off the track for lockups and rejoin them much more kind of quickly, which is nice. Also, Vettel is in 5th. Sebastian Vettel is in 5th. Mick in the same car, 14th. Mudded. Hey Jack, I've been really enjoying the F1 content. Do you think scripting is part of the game? I've had my title leader crash 3 races in a row with high morale and 90% attributes. I don't think scripting's a thing. I think often it's just coincidences and like bad luck. Like, I mean, Leclerc is just locked up in the... Leclerc was challenging for the title and is locked up in the last 2 races here for the AI. I feel like sometimes you just get unlucky. Have you had the AI run out of fuel more? That is a bug since the latest update, Sheeny. I think it happens at Suzuka and Silverstone a lot. I've not actually experienced it myself yet on the update. Ferret, Ferret, Ferret! Thank you very much for the 19 months. Ferret, Ferret, Ferret. Did you know that a group of ferrets are called a business? The other day on stream, we were discussing how to get rid of pigeons in London, and it turns out that ferrets hunt pigeons. But it is illegal in England to release ferrets into the wild. But my plan was to hire a group of ferrets, a business of ferrets, to go and kill all the pigeons in Trafalgar Square. But chat looked into the legality around it, and apparently I would be breaking some laws, so I can't do it. Which is sad. Lando did hold on to the win, Mr. Wednesday. It was very close. Verstappen got within, I think, 1.2 seconds. But then his soft tyres fell off, and Lando was on the medium, so was able to hold on. I'm a bit concerned about Piastri's fuel here. I think I need to be on conserve.
Just lift and coast. Copy.
This group of 5 at the front are flying away. If I can use it as a chance to harvest. Just stay in the group. You're not releasing them into the wild. You're doing a service and they'll come back when done. I mean, that's what I thought too, but apparently that might not fly. I mean, to be fair, chat isn't exactly full of lots of legal experts when it comes to ferret laws. I just think it'd be a very effective way of solving, you know, the pigeon problem, as it were. What about if you take your pet ferrets out and they accidentally get off their lead? I mean, that's true too. I thought about, you know what, like, to stop the ferrets getting too far... There's been a crash. I did think about it.
To have been a lockup.
I mean, Bartle's crashing this one here.
Now, just watch the Mercedes here.
Oh my word, he did not get close to stopping.
Yes,
How has he
that's
continued
the
there, and how is that not a safety car? Answers on a postcard.
And the team had such high hopes today.
So, someone has asked, what if they escape? So I did think about this, you know, what is the legal definition of releasing a ferret? And I thought, what if you attach little, you know, like, this is kind of a fit trope in movies where you have a prisoner, right? and you like attach an explosive to them where if they get too far away from your proximity, they just blow up. What if we just attach like fireworks to the ferrets that detonate if they get too far away from me? That way, if I do accidentally release any and they do escape, they just blow up and no one gets hurt. Well, except the ferret and anyone nearby. But for the most part, it'll be fine. And yeah, I appreciate there might be some domestic terrorism kind of concerns there. But I feel like at the very least it minimises the risk of animal kind of releasing charges coming my way. And on like a sliding scale of possible crimes, I do feel like releasing ferrets into the wild is probably slightly above domestic terrorism. But that's just my scale. I appreciate my scale of morality is different to others. No, it's not animal cruelty. Because they're not being obedient. I'll explain to them the rules beforehand. You know? I'll let them know beforehand, hey, look, lads, you can't go out on your lonesome. You have to stay in the proximity or boom.
Just recharge off when you're ready.
I'm happy.
He's happy. I'm happy too, Lando. I feel like that radio message doesn't really fit the situation there. EOS is charged, Lando. I'm happy. I'll be honest, chat. I'm getting a feel from chat and I'm getting a lukewarm reaction to my solution to deal with pigeons. I mean, at the end of the day, I just want to deal with the pigeons in London. There's too many pigeons. And this does all stem from the fact that they stole some of my crisps the other day when I was in London. But if you guys can come up with a better idea for getting rid of pigeons, I'm all ears. I just think the idea of a tide of ferrets taking over Trafalgar Square, like, I feel like that really has viral potential for a YouTube video. And I know what you're thinking. All of this over some crisps. They were fancy kettle crisps. I spent a lot of money on those fancy crunchier crisps. If we put explosives in the food pigeons are stealing, that might work. You know what? That could be an idea. What if I just put loads of seeds out and then just put a giant net over them? I don't know what I do once they're all under like a giant net. I've not thought that far ahead. I just don't like pigeons. There's got to be... What is the natural predator for pigeons? Ferrets. Exactly. Release the ferrets under the net. Genius. I actually can't remember if ferrets actually eat pigeons or not. I can't remember if that was an actual fact that I checked or if I've made that up. But there's only one way to find out. I'm going to Google it. Do ferrets eat pigeons? Ferrets can eat the following raw meat: game birds, pigeons, minced beef. There you go. It's a fact. According to exoticdirect.com. There you go. Proof. Google never lies. I could just buy a hawk, but that's not as fun as ferrets, is it? I feel like ferrets bring a cuteness factor to the mass culling of pigeons. Okay, the medium runners have pitted. They're going to go on hards to the end now. I wonder if Piastri will come out ahead of them. If he doesn't, that is a concern. I have a feeling he will come out behind. Where the hell is a ferret finding minced beef? Well, you know, in their natural environment, the fragile at Waitrose, ferrets are known for hunting minced beef. Oh my god, Piastri has come out behind the other runners. Chat, this has gone disastrously. Because we were on softs that were 3 laps used, we just didn't get the benefit of them when they're fresh. In the Bahamas, it's illegal to hunt pigeons. I'm not going to the Bahamas then. I don't like pigeons. Where in the world do pigeons not exist? How to deal with pigeons? Google will tell me. 15 tips on how to get rid of pigeons fast, in brackets, humanely. Why the humanely brackets? That doesn't need to be there. Right. I know what you're thinking. Jack, are you actually looking into this during the race? Of course I am. Of course I am. Anyway, this was written by Gareth C. Clifford. This was written a year ago, this article. Apparently this is a regular problem for people dealing with pigeons. First one, use an ultrasound pigeon repeller. Okay, Paul has told me that one doesn't work. Install a scare pigeon. So you just get a plastic owl. I don't want a plastic owl. Use reflective surfaces to deter pigeons. One sec. Control F, ferrets. There's no mention of ferrets in the article. Also, Bearman is just blocking us here. I hate everything.
Cancel lifting coast for now. Cancel lifting coast for now. Copy.
Get out of the way, Bearman, please.
Let's push here.
His hards aren't even that worn. This is a disaster. You tried a fake hawk. That fell because they started eating it. Yeah, Bearman got a seat. He's the first non-F1 driver to appear on my grid that I didn't sign. So if things stay as they are in the constructors, we would be third. But look how close it is at the top. It's mad. What if I got ferrets on a slingshot, like a catapult, and fired them at pigeons? Would they catch the pigeons out the air like cats catch stuff out the air? Piastri's not getting past Bearman, is he? This is a concern.
Use your battery.
You need a permit to shoot pigeons. Yeah. Can I apply for said permit? And also, if I shoot at them with a ferret, does that require a permit? I'm very willing to, you know, go have a legal battle over getting rid of pigeons in Trafalgar Square. What if I just got a bigger pigeon to take out the littler pigeons? You know, I could get a gang of pigeons.
Good stuff. Let's back off. Okay,
Piastri's made one move. He's gonna get pretty aggressive here. But we've still got to pit and then go into softs. I hate everything! Wasn't there a TV show called Catch the Pigeon? Is it like a spin-off of Wacky Racers? I feel like Dick Dastardly was in it. I've not just invented a TV show here, have I? Okay, I haven't. Good. Sometimes I wonder, what's that thing called where, like, you make up a thing? Is it the Mandela effect or something? Where it's like a fake memory that, like, just people believe is real. There was a Dick Dastardly TV show about getting rid of pigeons. Maybe that's where my hatred of pigeons began. I fell for the propaganda as an impressionable child. Catch the Pigeon made me violent. Coat your crisps in concrete powder so it solidifies in their tummies. I'll be honest, Pants Pitter, I feel like you've done that before. How did Lando just get past two of them? I'm not going to question it. How did he do this? Do they move? Do they mess up each other?
We're looking at Lando Norris.
Oh, he just pinches in Perez. Nice move, Lando. How long until we pit on the hards? Oh, God, we don't pit until lap 38.
Good job.
I mean, Piastri is going to make up a lot of time on these guys who have used softs. Piastri's just made the exact same move as Lando. Piastri looks way quicker than these guys on slightly more used softs. Like, Stroll just at the road is being closed down on. Can I play the Catch the Pigeon theme? I probably could, but I wouldn't know if it's real or not. I don't hold nostalgia for Catch the Pigeon. Wacky Races I love, though. Great show. Lando's tyres are not good here. Oh my god, is this just a train in front? Oh boy, everyone's stuck behind Tsunoda. This is going to be interesting.
Are you good to push?
Copy.
I don't know how to feel about Yuki Tsunoda. Did anyone feel like his reaction at the end of when he retired at the race was quite telling for the fact he knows his time in Alpha's done? Like, is he gonna get? Has he got another year on his deal at AlphaTauri? Like, he was nearly in tears about it. Has he been given it? When did it get renewed? Did I miss that? When did that happen? He was very sad about the Singapore Grand Prix. Was it a couple of days ago? Well, I didn't have internet access over the weekend, so I just missed that bit of news. It was a couple of weeks ago, chat. I missed that bit of news. I always find with F1, when stuff happens like in the weeks where there aren't races, I just miss it. I'm surprised it was renewed. I wonder if that's just because they need to cover bases, knowing that Gasly's probably on his way out with De Vries moving in for that seat. Piastri looks pretty good here for us.
There's an overtake from Williams.
He's got a Stroll. Thing is, with these guys all racing side by side, it's going to be harder to get around them all. That's how me and Lando talk to each other. We just beep. We're like family of robots.
Just gained a place.
We're running these hards for a while yet. We've got another 10 laps.
Just gained by Williams.
Eat it, Schumacher.
Take a look now.
Eat
now
it.
We see the Williams here.
Built diff. Something like that. What's a kid say on the internet in their Fortnite lobbies these days? This strategy for Piastri might actually work. He is clearing this field of guys on used hards. Obviously, he's clearing all these guys. They're all going to pit out like a little bit earlier than him. And then he's going to come out on softs that they're also coming on. But he's got fresh softs. And I think a lot of these guys won't have those fresh softs. I guess the concern is if a lot of these hard runners go hard mediums, which is a strategy they could use. I don't think it was a very top-tier source. I saw some reports that De Vries had signed a deal with AlphaTauri in the last week. I don't know how legit those things are. I don't know if it was much more than a kind of tabloid, single-source news story off like a blog, kind of non-reputable news site. But they could be delaying the announcement of him with, obviously, Gasly having to sort out terms of Alpine, I guess. It'd be a weird move, but I guess no one in the Red Bull Academy in F2's really shone this year. Like Lawson, has not been. I don't think there's been that many consistent drivers in F2 this year. Outside of really Drugovic, like Iwasa as well, I guess, in the other Red Bull Junior option. Earlier in the season, I was the only one called in the Alonso's Aston Martin move while everyone else recording Ricciardo had signed. I hope Ricciardo's not off the grid. But I think he's gone. There's no way he goes to Haas, is there? Piastri just got past Leclerc. Piastri is so quick in this game at racing. He just eats tyres. The next cars up the road are Vettel and Verstappen, who started on mediums and then pitted for the hards to the end. So our tyres are more used than them, but I mean, the boy is flying. Drugovic has announced he's doing some test runs for Aston Martin this year, though, right? I think he's driving in Abu Dhabi for them. I can see Danny Rick going to another racing series in North America. Like, he's pretty marketable, I feel like. Oh, my word. That's a bit of a dive. I'm surprised that we've caught up with Vettel like we have, but I feel like because he's got medium hards, he's having to manage his tyres a lot more than us. Whereas we've kind of got the freedom of knowing that we're pushing on these hards to the end. Like, he's on 7-lap-old hards. We're on 16-lap-old hards. But yeah, we've already got track position over people like Leclerc, who are obviously going to pit for softs or mediums. This hasn't been awful by Piastri. Can I show the standings? For you, because you asked so nicely, of course I can. Here you are. Norris 3 points behind Verstappen with a race here. A race win here. Then Sainz and Alfa Romeo. I'll tell you what, it's wild how shuffled, but like it's not really grouped by constructors at all here. And the constructors, as things stand, take a screenshot. Drink it in. 1 point separating 3 teams. That is because Norris just got overtaken by Sainz. But yeah, it's very, very close with double points at the end.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
Okay. Verstappen is up the road by 6 seconds. I'm not sure we'll be able to catch him, but we'll give it a go. What time is it? Okay, chat, we're making good time here. I have to cook food before the Liverpool Rangers game. And also, I don't know if this has been something that's happened to other people recently. I keep getting parcels delivered to me that aren't for me. Like, I live in a block of flats, and I've lived here a while, and I've never had this issue before, but in the last few months, I keep just getting random packages for other rooms, like, in the floor, in the building. It's like the delivery drivers kind of just dump everything on a singular floor and just assume that we'll organise it ourselves. How was the soup yesterday? It was actually okay cold, Steranova. I did actually eat it. You support Rangers or Liverpool? I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm going to watch the Liverpool game and then Overwatch 2 all night long, chat. My plan is to no life Overwatch 2 all night. Tomorrow there won't be a stream because I've got a few bits to sort. We're back on Thursday. And we'll be doing, I think, 2 or 3 races then.
That's a position gained for AlphaTauri.
Oh, I'd be down for some Overwatch 2, Paul. Stream it. Overwatch is like my chilled out game. I ran the sums on Overwatch, chat. Since Overwatch came out 6 years ago, the first one, I've averaged 35 minutes played a day. That's in games, like not including queuing. I did not realise I'd played that much of the game.
Really good overtaking.
Which is wild. Mad Dog, thank you so much for the resub with the 2 months. Get the Vidukas race. Perez is in the pits. I can't explain why I like Overwatch. Like, it's a horrifically flawed game on so many levels. And actually, I think 5v5 solves a lot of the flaws. But I just find it fun. Like, I never really played comp in it, but I feel like it has enough competition in quick play that I can enjoy it without... It, like, scratches both the casual, I just want to shoot stuff itch and the I want a little bit of competition itch in one. Okay. Piastri's not in a terrible spot here. He's just at a purple second sector. I feel like I've been saying he's not in a terrible spot for a while. Be a bit concerning if he was in a terrible spot.
Back off.
I'm not sure we'll be able to catch Verstappen, but we'll see. I've just hit 10k hours in Tarkov. Damn.
Ferrari advance the race.
Piastri's going to have to pit again for the softs. Looks like Sainz and Norris are the only guys who are running hard soft. Seems like a lot of the guys have gone hard medium. In fact, you can see there, the majority of them have gone hard medium. At least those that were around us. It's going to be a weird end to the race. Oh, I feel like Piastri might be able to do something here. I don't think he's going to be like right up there. I don't think he can get third or fourth. But I think fifth is kind of realistic.
Okay, well done.
I feel like Key and Sainz are just going to be swapping back and forth, which is fine. My plan is to try and undercut Sainz by pitting a lap sooner for the softs.
Alpha Tauri gained a place.
Then it's like the recommended strategy. Oh, they've pitted now with him. Why would you pit now with him? They've gone for the mediums. Interesting. Well, we're going for the softs at the end. Yellow flag sector 2. Who's crashed? Else one spun. That's not exciting. We want a safety car for the believers.
Sounds like a spin.
No, it was...
Let's see what happened there.
I'm not going to say who it was, but we all know who it was. We all know who...
They spun the car.
If I speak, I'm in trouble. Norris is going to be fast on those softs. Oh, this is going to be a weird ending. Also, Sainz has come out behind Piastri, who's now also behind Vettel. Zhou's still not paired either. Zhou's going to go for the hard soft strategy. Sainz's mediums are going to be fine here. I miss the days of you shouting at Kevin. Kevin doesn't make mistakes anymore. Kevin is a flawless driver. It's not my fault. I come in, I see McSpin. Nature is healing. True. By the way, Alfa Romeo and your team, does Danny Rick shout at Pierre Gasly all the time? I choose to believe that they do. Oh my god, who's going up the inside there? What are you doing, Carlos Sainz? You're an absolute lunar. I know what a lunar is. It's a loony loner. A lunar. It's not going to catch on as an insult anytime soon, but I'm going to go with it. A loony loner. A lunar.
Nice move.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
I think this is fine.
So pick up the pace. Pick up the pace.
Yeah, confirm.
Piastri's losing a lot of time squabbling with these guys. I need to get past Zhou here.
Use your battery.
Why would you move there, Zhou? Do you want me to drive into the back of you?
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
Just realised that Norris's tyres are worse than Piastri's. Piastri's already done a part of the race on softs. The game did some weird stuff and ruined a weird strategy that I was going for. According to Google, lunar is already a word. Nonsense, I've just invented it. What does lunar mean? This is a bit where it turns out it's some really offensive word that I had no idea existed, and I'm backpedaling on everything and preparing a twit longer. What is a lunar? If it's not a loony loner, then I can still claim the word. That's how it works. Hey, Blob Snell, what's good? How are you, dude?
Recharge on. Recharge on. Copy.
I mean, I'm saying lunar like L-O-O, like loony. And then loner, so it's a lunar. Not L-U. Okay. Fresh softs for Lando.
So box and pick confirm.
Yeah, confirm. Happy to box at the end.
You sound so sad. Confirming to box. Don't be sad.
Update on
Norris,
liftoff.
because
We do
sad is
require
Das
fuel liftoff.
backwards, and Das is not good. No sadness
margin
allowed
special.
here.
Confirm.
Luna, noun. A person who derives sexual pleasure from blowing, rubbing, or popping balloons. The word has been ruined. I'm never using the word Luna ever again. Or maybe Luna is a good insult. Is it insensitive to people who have a kink towards popping balloons to call other people Lunas as an insult? Maybe slightly. Oh, someone's locked up. If there's a safety car here, that would be great. I'd pit both drivers if a safety car happened now. We're not getting a safety car.
There's been a lock-up.
Behrman's locked up. He is the new Mick. Okay, Lando's in the pit lane. Also, chat, if you ever want to change stuff in the pit lane, you know how this box greys out. If you click on this, then click back, you can actually tweak this stuff while they're in the pit lane. Just a little useful tip. Don't say I never do anything for you.
Recharge off when you're ready.
Okay.
Copy.
Piastri's pitting in 2 laps. This is fine.
Now. Copy.
At last, a fairly affordable sexual pleasure. Imagine how awkward it must be, like, growing up with that. Just seeing balloons around, trying to resist the urge not to pop them. Haas are always having bad races. Oh, I feel bad for Haas. They used to be good, chat. The space era's over for Haas.
Copy.
Piastri's going to get really close to these guys and then have to do it all over again in a second. If I move his pit forward a lap, does the game think that's going to save me time? Oh, it doesn't even tell me anymore. I'm going to go for it.
So box.
Can these fresh softs help? Can they... They'll last the time, but it's a case of are they going to be quicker? Okay, so everyone in front of Norris is on mediums or hards. We're on fresh softs. This is about pushing now. How far are they up the road? 14 seconds behind Verstappen with 13 laps left. Is that doable on this update? No clue. We'll find out together. Oh, God, we're going to come out behind Magnussen, potentially. Kevin, don't do anything stupid here, please, mate.
Let's back off.
Right. So where are we? Norris is in 5th, catching up with Vettel and Sainz. Magnussen is in 7th. Piastri's in 8th. That's not terrible. I feel like we've got to manage these tyres slightly.
Looked like a clean lap there as well, mate.
Oh, fastest lap for Norris. How much quicker is he lapping than them? Half a second? That's not fast enough. It's not fast enough. Piastri on the 2-stopper. It's a bold move. Piastri's already behind Magnussen. Big. Kevin, please don't mess up our race. A Red Bull 1-2 really sucks for us with the championship. I don't really want to pass him here. I want to get DRS. Is that the DRS line there? If it is, that is mad. It is. Oh, okay. That's really good. That was pretty much the perfect overtake to get DRS and be already ahead of him for the straight.
Nice move.
Who's next up the road? Ocon. We're coming for him. How much quicker is Norris lapping than Verstappen? Almost a second, chat. This might be close at the end. I don't want to sell a dream. That might not happen, but I think Piastri and Norris here in 7th and 9th might be able to catch. We're on the hunt. We've played a bit of a long game here. Low fuel range. What do you mean?
Yeah,
That's going to lose us so much time. I hate everything.
Lift off.
But we have to lift off. I mean, they're going to be conserving tyres. Oh, yeah, Paul, I'll shoot you a message. I don't know what time I'll be playing. No, Lando! Lando, you f***ed it up!
My bad.
You dingus! You absolute dingus!
Yep.
You
Let's
wazzard!
take a closer look. Watch this. We're looking at
What are
Lando
you
Norris.
doing?
And yes, that's where...
I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Alright, he's got to catch them all over again. Good news, still in 5th. I'm on conserve and the fuel deltas are not going down. That's concerning. Chat, why is it not going down? Chat, why is it... Ocon and Piastri are battling away now for 6th. Okay, it's gone down on Piastri. Everything's fine. I wonder if that's because we were racing with Ocon. Don't question it. It's all good. I mean, 6th and 5th wouldn't be bad. Right. Right.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Ocon's right behind constantly. I hate everything. Trying to deploy with Piastri to pull away. We can get aggressive on our tyres here. Oh, I'm worried about Lando's fuel. It's not going down. I think I've got to ease off to try and get it down. Please. Please go down. Why will you not go down? Please. I'm begging you. This is not the time to keep going up. Just stay there. No, don't go back up.
Caution on the battery.
The battery's dead. The battery's pissing dead. Piastri's pulled away from Ocon. That's good. Back on conserve for you.
Back into the
I hate
lifting post.
everything. Why would avoid curbs and clean air help with fuel? Clean air means that you're using more fuel. Oh my god, he's on conserve and it still goes up. I'm just keeping them in conserve. I'll take 5th, I'll take 6th. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, confirm.
Why are you so arsey, Lando? 5th and 6th. If we make the fuel last. Chat. I think it's going to be okay. Piastri might get fastest lap too. Oh, I don't like it. Does it say something about avoid curbs? Where does it say about avoid curbs?
Confirm.
Under info? Avoid curbs help to reduce wear on the powertrain and tire. That's not fuel. That's reduce wear on the powertrain. So that's like the engine getting damaged. That's got to chat. The fuel is still at 0. I hate everything. Go light. Go light. Chat. I think it's going to be okay. How close is Ocon behind? He's not close. Just get over the line.
Perez has crossed the line first.
Please just get over the line. Vettel's got 4th at AlphaTauri, by the way. Meanwhile, Mick Schumacher's in 17th. If I speak, I'm in trouble.
Okay, that's the checkered flag.
Please just get over the line. Please just get over the line.
Nice job. Fail 84.
We'll take that. That's okay. It's not a great weekend. It's not a terrible weekend either. Maybe I should have given... Oh, yeah, Norris didn't even have the new parts, did he? Pissing hell. What could have been? I just feel sad. Don't get a podium. Don't celebrate it. Not worth celebrating. What does that mean? Verstappen's miles ahead in the drivers now. And in the constructors... Oh, Red Bull are pulled ahead. Did Russell run out of fuel? Did Russell run out of fuel at the end, chat? Sad. F's in the chat for George. Come in last. Even Behrman got up a point place. Vettel, by the way, and AlphaTauri getting 4th. That is a mad amount of points for them. They only had 1 point previously, and that was from Mick. Oh, development points. Oh, can it be 3 for 3? Oh! It's not that big of a deal. It's just satisfying, though, isn't it? And all 3 of them get development points like that. It just makes you... I know, it's like slot machines, really, isn't it? Like, you know, you get the development. They all line up. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. I mean, up to 2nd, but it's so close at the top. Right, gang. We are going to wrap things up, I think, for today there. Let's make sure we don't overwrite the Alpine save game. That would be awkward. Next time, we will be back on Thursday. Be there or be square. It'll be at a slightly later time, the time you maybe normally associate streams being. I appreciate you guys who have hung out today slightly earlier. Thank you for everyone who raided as well. We had a hell of a lot of raids today, which I do really, really appreciate. With that in mind, we are going to raid over. Where shall we raid? Where are we going to raid to? I don't know. I've not thought this through. Right, you know what? Grey's live. We're going to go over to Grey. I'm going to go watch the F1, eat some food. Not the F1. Watch the football, eat some food, play some Overwatch 2 and chill out. Gang, I will be back on Thursday. Thank you so much for hanging out today. I hope you have a lovely evening. Obviously, slightly earlier stream today. Feels a bit weird to be able to finish streaming and do other stuff. I need to go and take my neighbour their parcel that got delivered to me for whatever reason. Anyway, go show Grey a load of love. I need to pay out the prediction. Bloody hell. Bloody... We've got speedrun it, Jack. Will we have a safety car? No. There, I did it. It was never in doubt. I wasn't worried. Nuh-uh. Not me. Maybe I was slightly. Right, gang, we're going to leave things there. Go show Grey a load of love. I will be back on Thursday. Yeah, there's YouTube videos up in the meantime. Keep an eye open for those. Besides that, take it easy. See you soon, and peace. I'm going to go make a bacon butty.